cold. Sorry guys, we gotta hood it up. This live, I'm a little cold. It's a little chilly after it was like frickin' 90 degrees out last week. It's snowing and raining. Okay, I got that. I need that. I got my chargers. I don't know what I'm forgetting. What's that? Ah! Hold on, you guys. Whoops. Sorry, YouTube. I almost knocked you bitches over. Oh, you know what? I think I'm forgetting to post the list. Hold on a second. I got Elena, Chelsea, Jazelle, and that might be it. Hold on. Hold on. What's that? How's your guys' weekend? I didn't do shit this weekend. I need to clean off this camera. Hold on. You guys look a little not focused. God, the camera is so much better over here on YouTube. Okay. Hold on, babies. How the fuck up? Word. Okay, yeah, we got it. Okay. Hold on, let me post this list real quick, and then I'm gonna grab my ons. And what else? Divine Love won. Not by much. There wasn't many people that voted, so this live's probably gonna be chill, which I really... Are you not gonna work? Oh, okay, never mind. This live's probably gonna be chill, which I'm not mad about. I like a little intimate live. Alright, hold on, you guys. I think I have to grab another one. Maybe I'll grab this deck too, because I haven't really used that one that much. Ah, whoops. What up, booze? How was your guys' weekend? I didn't do shit, yo. I didn't do a damn fucking thing this weekend. Whatever. It's that time of the month for me, so I'm not a happy camper. We got, just so you guys know, I got Elena, Chelsea, and Jazelle on the list so far, and then Divine Love won. What else? I don't know. What up, booze? Let's get back down. What up? Prepare yourself for my question. You're gonna hate it. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off this early in the live. Oh, I know they will. I know they will. Yeah, I didn't do much. I didn't do anything. I feel like this weekend, I like never do anything when it's that time of the month. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty much out for the count for the first 2 days. Like, I just want to take ibuprofen and sit with my heating pad. You know what I mean? And that's what I did. I don't want to eat. I don't want to do shit. I just want to scroll TikTok. I just want to doom scroll TikTok. That's what I want to do. Oh. I agree. I agree. What up, booze? Should we just get the fuck into the freeze? Because honestly, I don't think it's going to get, like, really busy in here. Which I love. I don't mind. I love when it's kind of slow in here, you know what I mean? Okay. Divine Love. Hold on, let me show you guys what this one looks like. This one's so pretty. This deck is gorgeous. Hold on. Hold on, bitches. This one. It's this one. This is the one. So, this is the one, YouTube. So if you guys want, is that all of them? So, yeah, okay. If you guys want a motherfucking free Divine Love, go ahead and drop your name. And Focus on who you want the message from, and these messages can be from anybody, so it doesn't have to specifically just be Twin Flame or whatever. You know what I mean? Haley, you're the first name I see, boo. So you gonna be my first one. Oh, excuse me. Hold up. Let me knock the energy out real quick. Okay. Haley, let's get it. Let's get it. Haley, what do we got? Don't piss me off. Oh. Oh, well, this is not bad, bitch. Okay. I will come back towards you when the time is right. That one's not bad. Claire. Oh, I struggle to show you how much I truly care. What up, biz, Chelsea? Drop your names, y'all, if you want a free divine love message. Drop your name. Focus on who you want the message from. Chelsea. What we got? Jesus. Oh, I can feel your presence even though we are apart. Good. Oh. I went to the gym today. I didn't really do much though, to be honest. Kim. I know that's right, bitch. No one will ever compare to you. Here, I'm gonna give myself one. Hold up. Oh, my husband's such a clinger. He's so clingy. I love him. What up, babies? Drop your names if y'all want a free divine love message. And then just so you guys know, I got Elena, Chelsea, and Jazelle on the list. And yeah, I don't know what the fuck. I'm freezing, you guys. Yo, we had to put air conditioners in last week, and now we got the fucking heat on today. And then it's gonna get back up into the 80s next weekend. New moon must have been the other day, huh? Looks like it. What up, booze? What it do? Yo. Our fucking... I can't. No. We had Montana's winters are brutal. Usually they're brutal. I'm talking negative fucking 70 and negative 140 with the fucking wind chill. It's brutal. Oh, you're so beautiful inside out, Mel. That one was yours. It snowed maybe one time this winter, and it's gonna all that's gonna fucking happen this summer is fires. It's just gonna be fires. The state's gonna be fucking covered in smoke. It's gonna be horrible. It's gonna suck. What up, y'all? Thanks for the gift, bro. We're doing divine love messages, y'all. Athena, hold on, boo. Hold up, baby. And just so you guys know, I got Elena, Chelsea, and Jazelle on the list. What we got, boo? So no one's gotten 2 yet. Oh, I'm always with you in spirit. Yeah. We got earthquakes here too. We got hella fires in Montana, but the last time that we had a season where it was really bad was probably about 8 years ago. I think 8 or 9 years ago. It was bad. It gets brutal here when the fires are going, which I'm sure that you guys in California probably know. Where you can't fucking even breathe outside. Bad. What up, y'all? Angelica. Thank you for hitting that. I would have missed that. Angelica, hold on. Oh, shut up. You know what I mean? I'm showing you your wounds and things you need to work on. shit. Hold on. Let me see. Whatever. I'm gonna hang out for like 5 more minutes. Period. Hold on, Claire. I'm gonna hang out for like 5 more minutes and then we'll get into our paves. I know, that's right. Nothing really makes sense without you. Where? Hold on, I'm just making sure that I think I did. I'm making sure I got everybody. So, yeah, we're good. Okay. Y'all, I got a busy week this week. Can't wait for school to be over. If y'all are just hopping in here, I'm still doing free. There's like no one. But if y'all didn't get a free Divine Love, drop your name. I will grab you one. And we're probably going to get into these paves. So if you on the paid list, boo-boos, hang out. Hang the motherfucker out. Okay. What up? Oh, wait, no, hold on. You were my total world. I don't know. I was kind of, nobody had gotten like 2 or anything yet. I was kind of hoping that someone would have a few pop out. Did I miss anyone else's name? Oh, God, you guys, I fucking crap so bad. I hate it. Oh, that's sensitive on the teeth. Maybe not. Well, Elena, you're in here, right? Listen. Oh, God. I got mine Friday. Yep, yeah, Friday. Hold up, y'all. I'm gonna hop in on the YouTube and post my shit. Hold on, let me just get... Yo, if y'all didn't get a free Divine Love Oracle, drop your name and I'll grab you one before I get into this. Excuse me, sorry. A freaking indigestion. Yeah, Elena, Chelsea, Jazelle, period. Okay. YouTube, here I come, boo-boos. I'm a little curious to see what the fuck comes out for Elena's reading. Alright, hold on. Peace, what the fuck? Did that work? No. Did that work? That one worked, okay. Alright. I need to change that thing. Did I miss anyone else's? Hold on. Did I miss anyone else's name? No, I didn't. Okay. Last call, y'all. If y'all want one, drop your name. Sticker. There we go. Okay. Paid. Patterns. Taylor, you're gonna be my last one, boo. Hold on. Paid ratings, period. Okay. Word! Alright, Taylor, hold on. You gonna be my last one, boo. Maybe Taylor will get a few. She did. Thank God. Okay. Oh! Okay. I've realized so much since we parted ways. And your presence in my life gives me peace. Word. Word. All right. Let's fucking, hold on. Let's get into these paid readings. Hold on. Let me just post the list again so I got it. Elena, Chelsea, Jazelle. Boom. Okay. All right. Let's get into this, bitches. Let's go. Elena, you probably sent me your message. There you are. Okay. So. Okay, word. Let's get it, boo. All right. Let's go. This one. I might actually use that deck. I haven't used that deck in a minute. All right, hold on, boo. Let me just get these decks ready. Hold it. Is that all of them? Yeah, okay. Is that music too loud, you guys, or is it okay? Yeah, I feel like I've only been using this deck for my paid or my private readings. Hold on, I gotta shuffle one more time. No one's complaining, so the music must be okay. All right, Elena, you know the drill, boo. Let's motherfucking see. I'm curious. Okay, let's get it. Let's see current. Let's go and see current. Where is he at? Is that red flags? Oh, it's not. Oh, really? Hold on. Curious to see what his clarifier is for that. You. One more for him. Don't. I was gonna the first card of his kind of like, but like it like made me side-eyed a little bit, but I feel like he might have had this energy like the last time that I've read for him. But we'll get into it. Okay. Desire coming out on bottom of the deck. Whatever. Like it's yeah, I mean, yeah, this reading is like, yeah, it's it just doesn't feel like anything's like shifted. You know what I mean? Like the desire, let me just get into it. So the desire card on bottom of the deck is obviously, it does represent, it's two of cups, right? Like it represents intense feelings that both of these people have towards one another, right? Okay, we know that. And then vibes in sync and secretives coming out as our current challenge or situation. And I'm like, yeah, like this is not like fucking like, we're not shifting. Like, you know what I mean? Like the vibes in sync represents where two people are on the same fucking page. I guess very like two of cups that again that way, right? The secretive card that's coming out though, it is like very Seven of Swords where it's like these two people are whatever, they're not opening up to one another, they're being secretive about what's going on with them, they're not talking, they're not fucking telling anybody how they feel, right? And so it's like, yeah, I believe that this is like challenge all day long between these two people where it's like they're not getting on the same page and they're not telling anybody or probably even themselves, right? And I would say that well, I don't know. I was gonna say that might be more true for Elena, where it's like I've been kind of like trying to distract myself from this or whatever, right? But it's like the secretive card is where they're not being honest with anybody, maybe even themselves, about like how they feel about the situation, right? You have feeling it again and double life coming out on your side. And the double life is why I was like, oh, because it's not really what it sounds like, right? It represents an emotional betrayal that someone's doing to self, right? And so it will represent where someone's like, they're keeping like this love that they have secretive, right? They're not telling anybody. They're trying not to even like confront it themselves, which it could be. That could be how like where Elena's at right now, where it's like I'm kind of trying to distract myself from this. I'm not trying to fucking think about it, whatever, right? The feeling again is like obviously, yeah. I mean, you wrote that in your context where it's like, of course, I want to fucking feel this connection again. It felt real to me. He's over here where he's got the X, where I'm like side eyeing that. I'm like, don't fucking start. But it's not as bad as I thought it was. It's the X and love that lasts. And like, and please remind me if this came out from the last time because this is like this looks familiar. I feel like the X shit is like, do I think he's messing with an X? No. Do I think that an X is still very much in his energy to the point where it's like he can't like open up to anybody? He can't like he can't give another fucking relationship a chance. You know what I mean? Because of an ex. I'm like, yeah, that's 100% the situation here. There's an ex that is, do you know what I mean? It's not like he's like talking to her or like messing around with her. But this ex is like in his energy so much still where he has not moved on from it, is basically what I'm trying to say. And it's getting in the way of the love that lasts right there, which is like, it's getting in the way of like real, genuine fucking connections that he's having. Obviously, this being one, right? I don't know. I'm curious to see what comes out of this tarot, but like I'm looking at that and I'm like, I feel like he had that the last time. Like I feel like there was something that came out with his ex that was like really blocking his energy. But anyway, the outcome, which I feel like, yeah, that's on point, like self-love and fighting. And the fighting isn't really necessarily what it sounds like either, but the self-love does represent where these two people, which I mean, good for him, right? Good for him and good for you. It does represent where they are taking a break from love. Like they are taking a fucking step back. They're trying, which see, this is why I'm like, okay, good for him. Because it does represent where you were trying to release the hold that the past has on you, right? That's the reason that you're taking a step back, is because you're like, I need to work on this. I need to like let go of whatever block this is. It represents that you're learning to love yourself. Very like Ace of Cups, you know what I mean? Like Hermit, probably. But the fighting card that's coming out, it represents where there's poor community. So I love the energy that these two have, where it's like, okay, we're taking a step back. We're not focusing on love. We're taking a step back from each other, of course. But I'm trying to learn how to love myself. I'm taking a break, trying to let go of shit from the past, trying to learn how to love myself again, right? But the fighting card represents where there's poor communication between these two, or where they're still detached. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, well, fuck, like these two people, they're not talking still in that outcome. It's like, I just, whatever. Okay, well, whatever. Let's get into tarot. Let's just fucking see. Let me see current. What do we got? Not him. Okay. Hold on. Where's he at? Could be worse, I guess. Hold on. Just let me fucking. Let me see outcome. Okay. This is definitely energy that you're going to see from now until Leo season. That could even be where, like, you two, they're, I like the current, I do, but what I was saying with this, with, like, the Leo energy, there might not be, like, communication and shit until then. One more for him. Okay. I believe that he's probably working on some shit. Okay. Alright. I actually am not mad. Okay. Where do I even want to fucking start with this? 9 of Swords. 10 of Cups. Only 3 majors. 9 of Swords and the 10 of Cups coming out on bottom of the deck. This is obviously overall energy for this. And yes, he's feeling this way too, right? Like, the 9 of Swords is a lot of... It is single energy. Any 9 is, right? So, I mean, I'm happy to report that, you know what I mean? Where it's like, okay, I don't really, and I don't even see that for you either. Like, where it's like, I'm not really seeing, like, these two people really, like, messing around with other people or anything like that, or being, like, I don't know, like, careless with their energy, or, like, sleeping around with a bunch of people, whatever, right? But the 9 of Swords, it is single. It does represent a lot. It represents hamster wheeling a lot of shit in your head. It represents overthinking a lot of situations. Of course, this being one of them, yes. It's overthinking, it's stress, anxiety, it's trying to sort that shit out that's going on in your mind, right? The 10 of Cups being at the root of that, it's like, yeah, there is a lot of like overthinking which is not like the fucking worst thing. You know what I mean? Considering like the strength cards coming out as outcome, there's a lot of overthinking or thinking about the concept of what I want a relationship to be, right? Like, and this could be like a fucking hard realization that especially Elena's coming to, where it's like, because Ten of Cups does represent like this fantasy or like this visualization of what a relationship is, right? What I guess I'm trying to say is like, oh, I could see where like these two people are really redefining that. It just looks a little bit different, right? Where I think for him, he's probably, I'm going to start with him actually. Hold on, bitch. I didn't think I was going to go that fucking over on this. Okay. But the Sun and Eight of Swords is coming out as current, where both of these people are in that, right? Where it does represent awareness, Sun, like a lot of awareness being brought to this Eight of Swords, a lot of awareness being brought to where does my low self-esteem, and this is where I'm going to talk about him, like where does my low self-esteem keep me stuck in fucking toxic relationships? Where does my low self-esteem keep me from opening up to people? Where does my low self-esteem keep me from I don't know, giving someone well, speaking of him, you know what I mean? Where does my low self-esteem keep me from giving someone another fucking chance, right? Or where does my, you know what I mean, where it's like I've been, in his case, I've been so hurt by this ex, or this ex has done so much fucking damage to me that I don't give anybody a chance now. That's my low self-esteem, right? I think that everybody's gonna fucking treat me like that. I feel like that showed me my worth. I feel like I'm not worthy of, you know, of being faithful to whatever, right? He's got King of Wands and the Knight of Cups coming out on his side, which I'd like to see, because I'm like, okay, well, at least we're working on the self-esteem part. You're starting to feel a little bit more in control of your life, a little bit more in control of your desires, right? And so if you were wondering, like, if he's sleeping around, hooking up, no, he's not. You know, no, he doesn't feel the need to. I think that he probably recognizes where that kind of behavior is more, I don't know, destructive towards him, more destructive towards his spirit, towards his self-esteem. I don't think he's doing that. I do think that he's like really, I'm not mad. I do think that he's he's taking a look at self, and I think he's starting to get a little more honest with himself. And I would say the same for you too. I think that because Chariot and the Two of Pentacles in the reverse over here on your side is where you're probably feeling like, I'm so sick and tired, Two of Pentacles in reverse, of feeling like, feeling chaotic. I'm sick and tired of feeling that in relationships. I'm sick and tired of feeling like shit constantly, like, this is the Two of Pentacles in the fucking reverse is like constantly feeling like you don't know where you stand with someone. Like you don't know, it's constant chaos. It's constant chaos. It's constant just your spirit in a state of chaos. Like my emotions are overwhelmed constantly. I don't know where I stand with this person. That Chariot card coming out with it, whereas Elena's like, I don't want to fucking feel like this anymore. I'm sick of feeling like this. And so your energy does seem more detached from this. It does. It looks like to me like you've kind of moved on. Like it does. And the outcome, strengthen the Nine of Wands. I feel like this energy is probably going to carry until Leo season, which I'm not mad about. Okay. Okay, I like it. I like that these two people are like taking a break. They're taking a step back. They're learning how to love one another. We love that for him. The Nine of Wands is coming out. I don't know. Can I get one more? Because I'm kind of curious, like where, whatever. It's still single energy, you know what I mean? But I'm like curious. I'm like, okay, are we like gonna try to like reach out? Are we still gonna not be talking to one another and like watching each other on social media? What the fuck is it? Probably more reaching out around that time. Definitely. It's still more stalking during that time, though, bitch. You're still going to be noticing that from him. But I feel like, yeah, that's probably going to be, like, silent treatment, for lack of a better term. Like, silent treatment until Leo season, and I think that that's when it's going to be him that reaches out. Nervous, yeah. But better. What do I want to get? You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do this one. Hold on. Hold on, boo. I'm gonna get like, I don't know, maybe like 6. Okay, I want to be different. Eight of Swords. You are too nice and I don't deserve your kindness. You deserve better. 3 more. Is it over? People don't believe in me. Oh, shut up. Okay, one more. What was that? I can't talk to you right now. It is dark without you. Okay. I'm like, whatever. Yeah, no, I guess not. I'm not, like, surprised, you know? Whatever. Okay. Hold on, boo-boos. Hold on, I gotta wet my whistle. Hold up, y'all. Yeah, God, I don't know. I guess I'm just a little disappointed. You know, I was just kind of hoping, like, more. Sorry I went so fucking long on that, boo. Hold on. You know? I was just expecting more. Okay, hold on. Hold up, baby. Is Chelsea in here? Chelsea, are you in here still? Oh my god, my comments froze. Hold on. Ugh. Word, hold up, boo. Oh, brain freeze. Oh. What do we got? What is this? What is this? What is this? Oh my god. Oh, right? For real. Let's go. Hold it, though. Hold it. Alright, you know the drill. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Let's do 6. Let's get it. Well, he didn't forget. Avoiding conflict all day long. 100%. Oh my god. We're not even like start with this. Let's just start bottom of the deck. 5 of Pentacles on bottom of the deck. Don't get me. Don't. This. Why did he follow through? 5 of like I don't even. How do I even explain this? Like 5 of Pentacles represents you. It's ghosting. It's ghosting, abandoning, right? It's you avoiding conflict. It's you avoiding any kind of heartbreak, hurt feelings, any kind of you being confronted. It's avoiding all of that shit. It's 5 of Pentacles is where like you cannot handle the 5 of like you can't handle the emotions that come with it. You can't handle the anger, whatever the fuck it is, right? You can't handle the emotions that come with it. Okay. Emperor, Star, Judgment, 5 of Wands in reverse, 7 of Swords, give me a fucking break, and then Tower. The Emperor, Star, Judgment is where, like, I do believe. Oh God, I can't believe that an 8 of Swords didn't come out with this, because I can't imagine like how you would feel about yourself after like Emperor, Star, Judgment, right? Because this right here is where he had every intention of fucking doing it, and he knew it was the right thing to do, right? He's like, absolutely, I know I need to do this. I know I need to have a conversation. Yes, and this is where he is aware that it's going to be difficult, it's going to be uncomfortable, and then the 5 of Wands in reverse, 7 of Swords, Tower is him completely fucking avoiding it. The 5 of Wands in the reverse is you avoiding conflict all day long. The Seven of Swords is where you don't want to be honest. You don't. You want to hide what is going on with you. You want to hide your truth. The Tower card coming out, it is, yeah, I would agree. I do think it's him like being afraid that he is going to lose something, because Tower is where like it is upheaval. It is you losing something, truly. It's you losing everything. And that's what he's afraid of. He's like afraid that he's gonna lose something in this. He's gonna lose you. He's gonna something like that. Well, he's fucked either way. Why didn't he just have the conversation? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, really? So you thought ghosting was the way to go? Because, yeah, that's gonna make me fucking hang on. Okay, hold on. Hold on, boo. Hold up. Ooh, I'm scared. Of course. Of course. He's like trying to put on. Of course he is aware of it. He's trying to kind of play, I don't know what his fucking angle is with this. I just feel like this, him, like, ghosting this, I don't know what he thought the outcome was going to be, because it just looks like to me that you guys having this conversation or you confronting this is kind of inevitable. The Six of Wands in the reverse is where, of course he does, of course, and like, but he's kind of like hoping, which, whatever. You know what? We could fucking always change. It's almost like he's hoping like full Empress and like Temperance. It's like he's hoping that Chelsea, because whatever, this is probably how he views her, whatever. He's like, well, Chelsea is so like accepting. Chelsea is so like easygoing that I kind of feel like maybe she won't like be mad at me for that or whatever. She won't confront it. And no, I don't think that they're the Seven of Swords in the reverse is where I kind of feel like it's inevitable. But anyway, to answer the question, yeah, he is aware of it. What is that? It's like he's kind of like, I don't know, it just seems delusional to me, where I'm like, you know that this is going to affect her negatively, but you're just kind of like hoping for the fucking best. But like, you know, in your gut, you know better. You know better. You know better. Again, I'm kind of shocked that Magician didn't come out with this one, because it just feels like delusional or like fucking manipulative. You know what I mean? Anyway. Yeah, of course. He is aware. Absolutely. Hold on. Uh-huh. Oh god, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. Hold on, boo. Hold on. Hold up, yo. Let's see. No. No, he's very single. Very much so. No, there isn't anybody that he's interested in, or anybody that, like, I don't know, whatever he likes or whatever right now. Do I think that he might be, I don't want to say this, because it's King of Wands and the Page of Cups. It is, there is like this flirtatious side of him. But there's no one like specifically. I think think this to me is like he probably likes the anyway, no, I don't think there's anybody else. Do I think that he might be like a little flirtatious and stuff and kind of like the attention of that? Yeah, you know. But no, he's not. He's very much single. He's very much like not, I don't know, like dating or trying to like pursue anyone or anything like that. No, he's very Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Eight of Sword, Ace of Cups. Obviously, we already fucking know the Pentacles shit, right? This is where he's focused on his material. He's blah, 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 whatever. He's very self-sufficient, all that shit. That's wonderful. It's great. The Eight of Swords coming out with that, no, because like deep, like at the root of this, right? Like, no, the reason that he's not, whatever, dating, the reason that he's not, got an interest or anything is because it's a deep-rooted, the way that he views himself, his self-image. He is not as confident as he probably likes to appear, right? He's definitely not. Eight of Swords is where you feel like you believe the lies that you tell yourself. It's very much you victimizing yourself. You're trapped in your own fucking mind. But no, there is no one else, but there is like this, I don't know, kind of like flirtatious side of him, but that's it. Let's go. Oh my god, this is gonna, don't piss me off. Please don't piss me off with this one. He might surprise me. Let's see. He knows he needs to. Okay. Well, that's a start. Eight of Swords again. I think reaching out, yeah. He probably will. It's going to be... Judgment, Ten of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, Four of Cups, Page of Swords in the reverse is what's irking me, and then Nine of Wands. And Page of Pentacles, bottom of the deck. Okay. Like, yeah, he knows he needs to, right? Like that Judgment. He knows that he needs to fucking reach out, but what I don't like is like that Eight of Swords, Four of Cups, Page of Swords in reverse, and Nine of Wands too, right? Because it's like, okay, he knows that he fucking needs to, and I do believe he probably will, but the way that he is reaching out is very like it's not, it doesn't give genuine, or him, we're not seeing like a fucking Page of Cups or like a Knight of Cups, right? Where he's like, I'm so apologetic, like I'm coming forward, like admitting what I did, like humbly, right? Like I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing more him like, oh, blah blah blah, sob story, whatever, fuck you. Like it's like where oh, I feel like shit that I didn't do this, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover it up, kind of jokey, right? So this to me would be like, he'd send a text kind of like, oh, he slipped my mind, I was so busy with this. Or this would be like him like commenting on a story, whatever, you post a funny story or some shit, and he like makes some kind of comment back, like trying to be like, I'm not gonna confront that I didn't fucking call you, but I wanna like reach out and like make sure everything's okay, but I'm gonna like do it under the guise of me comment, whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? Like he's gonna comment on like a fucking photo, trying to be like all cheeky and shit like that, not confronting it. And so it just feels like such a cop-out is what it feels like to me. This feels like such a fucking cop-out. Because I'm like, okay, yeah, reaching out, making up, no, like, it doesn't feel like that. He's like, I know that I need to fucking reach out. I know that's the right thing to do. I need to confront this, but I'm not fucking doing it. I'm gonna reach out, but I'm going to do it under the guise of this, and I'm gonna make it kind of jokey or kind of, whatever. I'm just, whatever, you know what I mean? I'm gonna make it kind of jokey, kind of like unserious, you know, whatever. Okay, hold on. Absolutely. Oh my god. All right, hold on, boo. Oh, excuse me. Okay, sorry. Let's go. It would be, of course. Yeah, of course it would be. That Lovers in the Upright is like, I mean, I've probably gone off about this before, I'm sure. Like lovers in the, which makes sense, just Jesus Christ. Okay, the Six of Swords, Five of Cups, lovers, Page of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles in reverse, moon. The lovers card though, like anytime that comes out in the upright, right? Especially when people are like asking a question like this, like, because this is not the first time, of course, that I've like answered questions like this too. And lovers will often fucking come out for that, where it represents two people who are upholding a contract, right? Both of them are fucking upholding it. When it comes out in the reverse, it's like, yeah, only one person's upholding it. That's why it's not working. You know what I mean? You can't have one person doing all the fucking work on self. You know what I mean? The other person just kind of, you know, just skipping through life, just not confronting their shadow or not doing anything. It's like, you can't have that. And so it's like, yes, of course it would be in the end if they could lovers this shit, if both of them would uphold this contract and actually do their own fucking healing. And that's Six of Swords, Five of Cups, right? Like, if they could truly leave behind, if they could shift, and this might not be so, maybe it is true for Chelsea, right? Like, you know what I mean? But I could see this for him. Like, the Five of Cups, I always say, is a perception card where it represents that you were looking too much at the fucking past. You were looking too much at the wounds that you have gone through, whatever, the heartbreak, whatever. It's like you were focusing too much on the fucking pain that you've been through that you were completely missing, right, what's in front of you, right? And the Six of Swords, so this right here, I'm like, oh, if both of them could uphold this contract, what they would do is they would shift their perception from looking at that shit in the past that has been done to them so negatively. What they would do is Six of Swords it. They would learn the lesson from it. They would move beyond it. They would use it as like a stepping stone towards healing, right? And of course, like this kind of relationship would be different for them. It would be one where it's more serious, it's more stable. It would require them to, I don't want to say compromise, but it would require them to do, to not be so selfish. It would require them to really think of the other person and shit like that. You know what I mean? But truly, like, put the other person first. Think of them as a priority. And that moon card coming out, it's like, yes, and it would require them to really focus on shadow. It would require them to focus on some pretty gnarly shit that has probably happened to them in childhood. But anyway, to answer your question, like, yeah, of course I do. Yeah, of course I believe it. Like, it would be worth it in the end. Word. Word. All right, word. Okay, hold on, boo. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Let me do 6. Oh god, here we go. Here we fucking go. Here we go. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like it. 7 of Swords, Devil, 7 of Pentacles. 5 of Swords. 2 more. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm not mad about that. Okay, hold on. When? Wow, that might be a minute. Fucks, man. Come on. That could be, oh my god, that could be fucking Libra season. I don't like this. Like, this, okay, 7 of Swords, Devil, 7 of Pentacles. This is like, I don't like that. Like, the Devil, we know is whatever. We know it's toxicity, blah, 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 addiction, all that. But it's being chained to outdated coping mechanisms, obviously, like outdated beliefs, whatever, outdated behaviors. It's you being chained to shit that keeps you comfortable. And so I'm like, oh, great, cool. Like, that's where we're at, is that we're doing the same shit, right? 7 of Swords. We're still not being honest with one another. And, like, right, this is probably more him, whatever, right? Because we know that you will, and you know what I mean? Like, you were like, hey, call, I'm gonna air it the fuck out, right? Someone's still hiding. Someone's still hiding. They're still hiding. But you see, like, the 5 of Swords, 6 of Swords, and the Justice is like, then you finally do see that shift where I do think that someone it's just like the straw that breaks the camel's back, right? I feel like the tension is a bit too much. Like during this time, the tension's too much. Where it's like finally we get to this point, Six of Swords, where it's like I don't want to feel this way anymore. I have to communicate about it. You know what I mean? We have to talk about it. Justice I do like because of course, like it is Libra season, but it does represent where it's honesty, it's someone being accountable for their shit. It's it's truth, honesty, clarity, you know what I mean? Integrity. And so I'm like, okay, word, we like that. It's like, okay, we're finally hitting that point. It was probably gonna fucking be a minute. I'm gonna say Libra season with this one where I just feel like staying comfortable in this fucking devil is what this person's gonna fucking do. Oh my god. Wait. I know. I always say that I feel like we should do a fucking Q&A. I should post a fucking Q&A for my husband. My experience is different, like a little bit. My cutoff game is ridiculous. My because I should say I have the experience of him, and I talk about this, like I have an experience with him, um, really like abandoning me in a sense where like he turned into, this was years ago, this was probably, I don't know, maybe like 8, 9 years ago, like when we were dating one time, right? Like he was whatever, he was going through his own shit, he wasn't awakened yet, blah blah blah, whatever. This, like, whatever, we're fine now and shit. But like this time when we were dating, we were really fucking going through it, and he was going through it mental health wise. And I remember we were having a conversation, and like he just had this switch, right, where it's like I looked at him and I was like, I don't even know who the fuck you are. Like it was like such a, because we all have this capability of like being narcissistic, right? It was to the point where I like looked at him and I literally thought that I was like, everything that like we've been through I think is a fucking lie. Like I literally think that you were a narcissist. Like the way that you're communicating with me or the way that you're treating me, I don't know who this person is. This is not you. When that happened, I completely cut him the fuck off. I was like, you, I no, there is no, like, yo, I want my shit back, drop it the fuck off, I'm done, right? And he did. He was, I don't know, I don't think that he really had the experience of someone really standing on business before like that, because he is very charming, he is very cute, you know what I mean? He's very good looking, he's very good at manipulating, you know what he was. And so he was very good at kind of not, he was the one that cared less in the relationship and had more power, you know what I mean, in like other relationships. And I think, and he could really, whatever, he could run back to us. Oh my God. The amounts of times that this man has ran back to his exes is fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? And they take him back every time. They take him back every fucking time. Every time. Every time. No work required for him. You know what I mean? And so I think that that was the first time where it's like, he genuinely had someone cut him the fuck off energetically and stand on that shit. And I did. There was, uh, yeah, I mean, he was terrified of me. You know, he was fucking terrified of me. And the only reason that we got back into contact this time is because I opened the door to that. You know what I mean? And I opened the door and I was the one who initiated it. If I hadn't done that, he probably never fucking would have. But yeah, like I mean, the stories that we could tell you. The last separation that I had with him was very we both, I believe, I can only speak for myself, but like I slipped into a very like dark night of the soul. I cut him completely the fuck off and I went immediately into a relationship. Immediately, I got into a relationship. I moved in with this guy, like we were fucking super serious, right? Probably for a couple years. And I had gone through very dark night of the soul shit, I think. I mean, I cut him off completely energetic wise, but it also meant that I really cut off my connection towards God or like a higher power during that time. I mean, I wasn't reading tarot during that time. I wasn't really working on my connection with God during that time. It was very dark, and it got really fucking dark for me. It got very, I put myself in some pretty fucked up situations during that time, where I'm like shocked that I was able to hold on to my sobriety during that time. But what was my point of that? Like I don't know. I don't know what my point of that was. Our separations were fucking gnarly. Our separations were dark. Um yeah, I don't know. Similar. I mean, I've gone through like I feel similar. Similar. Anyway, whatever. I'll go off about listen, I'll go off about this after live, okay? Hold on. Sorry, I went off. Okay, hold on. Let's go. Let's get it. No, I think. No, he does. I think, yeah. Yeah. He's probably like, ooh. It's. No, I don't think he fucked up, no. But I would agree with you, like, oh shit, she doesn't play type shit. Yeah. You know, like, the Hierophant Knight of Swords in the reverse is very much that. Three of Pentacles, which is hilarious because, like, Three of Pentacles can represent, like, the secret admirer type of energy. But Three of Pentacles, Lovers, Eight of Wands, Star. So yeah, like of course, like he's like, oh fuck, you know what I mean? Like, oh shit. The Knight of Swords in the reverse is what clocked to him, where it's kind of no fucks given is Knight of Swords in the reverse. Knight of Swords in the reverse is no fucks given in regards to communication. You don't give a shit when you're in that energy, right? It's like, and so this to me is like he probably did view it as like, yeah, she put it out there and it is 100% honest with like what she said. And this is where like she doesn't give a shit if it hurts your fucking feelings or not. You know what I mean? She literally does not care. And so he's viewing it like that. So yeah, I do think he's like, oh shit, like, you know, like, yeah, that probably was like a read towards me. And she really don't give a shit. You know what I mean? She really don't give a fuck. Like how that, like, you know what I mean? She literally could care less if that hurt my feelings or not, which I think is gangster. But he also does see this as, I don't know, like it's very unapologetically you. He obviously agrees with this. It's where you like he views that you are able to be extremely authentic, and no fucks given. I think it's probably something he very much envies. Yeah, not oblivious, definitely not. I would agree with like the last part of that though. Like maybe curious, not quite sure if it's specifically about him, but definitely like like she doesn't play type shit 100%. Word. Hold on. Sorry guys, it's my indigestion. Oh. Oh my god. Oh. Let's go. Let's get it. Don't piss me off. I'm sick. I'm already sick. Okay, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I would agree. I would agree. Mm-hmm. I think that I don't know. I just whatever. I just wish he was here, right? Like I just wish he was here. because whatever, like, yeah, and I always say that where I'm like, yeah, this is great, like, this gives us context, you know what I mean? This gives you guys, like, some insight and shit like that, but, like, at the end of the day, I would love to get my hands on him, because then we can actually work through this shit, right? But, like, Ace of Pentacles being on bottom of the deck, yes, this is oh my god, I'm, like, so sick of fucking saying it, right? Like, I'm so sick of talking about it with him. But yes, like, it is very important to him, obviously, like, the material, the wealth, you know, the security, stability, shit like that. But I want to get the fuck into this. This is what I would tell him, actually, if he was asking me this question. Let's say that he came and he asked me this question. He's like, hey, once I get, like, this, and this, and this done, like, once I get these goals in my life, is that when I'll get this relationship with Chelsea? This is what the fuck I would say to him. Ace of Pentacles, I can tell that your idea of goals or like what you want in life, which is not horrible, you know what I mean? You want the goals that you have for yourself are very much rooted in wealth, right? They're very much, but it's rooted in Five of Cups, and this is all in his perception. Actually, should I just tell you the fucking cards? Ace of Wands, Sun, Queen of Pentacles, Four of Swords in reverse, Emperor in reverse, Five of Cups in reverse. So you're coming to me asking me this question about if you get all these goals, if you get all this shit, right, then is that when I'll, like, get Chelsea? Is that when I'll have the relationship with her that I'm craving? Not really, boo-boo, because your perception's fucked up. That's why this Four of Swords is in the reverse, Emperor in the reverse, Five of Cups in the reverse. You wanting to have things secure, and you know, you want to have your money, you want to have your home, you want to have the career, you want to have all that. That's fine. You know what I mean? That's fine. But the way that you uphold that on a pedestal, or the way that you view wealth, the way that you view money is a little fucked up. I think that the way that you view it is still very childish. It's Page of Wands. You know what I mean? You are in this mentality, Sun card, right? This Page of Wands, Sun. You're in this mentality of pages. Let's just call it for what it is. Pages are children. It's childlike. You know what I mean? It's immature. It's immaturity. And so when you're in a page, depending on what it comes out with it, right? But you are a page coming towards a Queen of Pentacles. The way that you are viewing this is very childlike in comparison to this Queen of Pentacles, right? So you're probably probably when you were a little kid, you viewed it this way too, where it's like, well, if I have the career and the home and like the money in the savings account and shit, then that's when I get the woman. And it's like, that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, that's great. But you need to redefine what like security, stability means, right? That's why Emperor is coming out in the reverse right here. Emperor is divine masculine energy. When it comes out in the reverse, it represents that you are lacking discipline, or you are lacking you're not disciplined in your energy, right? And that's probably why you are not really reaping the rewards, or you're not really like you're not really reaping the rewards for what you're putting into like your business or your money or your home, right? Hold on one second. Hello. Okay. I miss you. You do? Okay. You gonna watch a movie? Okay. Hold on, Abby, I got you on the list, boo. Sorry, I just seen that. And Gabriella. Okay, hold on. Hold on one second, guys. Sorry. Chelsea, Jazelle, Abby, Gabriella. Okay. What's it saying? Fucking Emperor. Emperor is divine masculine energy, and it does divine masculines. They do provide security, stability, protection, right? Yes, they do. Most importantly, what an emperor needs to come to realize is that they have to embody that energetically before they can fucking provide that to anybody, right? And so it's like and we've talked about this before with like this card coming out with feminines, right? It's like, you know, when push comes to fucking shove, right? When it really boils down to it, like, where do you show discipline and control in your life? And I'm not talking about just material. I'm talking about like you like energetically, like your fucking integrity, right? Like, are you these are just examples. Are you disciplined when you say you are going to do something and then you follow through and fucking do it? Because that's discipline, right? When you tell someone that you're going to call them and then you actually call them, that's upholding emperor energy, right? When you say that you are going to do something and you fucking do it, that's providing security, that's providing stability energetically. Protection. Do you establish boundaries correctly, right? Do people know where the fuck they stand with you truly? Are you able to really harness your fire? You know what I mean? Are you celibate? Are you celibate from everything? You know what I mean? Like, do you practice celibacy, like, yes, in your sexuality, but also in your thoughts? You know what I mean? Do you have like impure thoughts of other people? Do you watch pornography? You know what I mean? Do you go on Instagram and like your entire timeline's just full of chicks in fucking bikinis? You know what I mean? That's upholding emperor energy where you are very aware of what you allow energetically into your life, right? When you follow through with what you say you're going to do, when you know what I mean? That coming out in the reverse, I'm like, oh, boo boo. If you just asked me this question, I'd be like, you got this fucked up, right? Like, you're thinking that you have to provide like the security and the stability, like materialistic wise, but you have to embody this shit energetically before you can even like think about this kind of shit. Anyway, he's got this like, yeah, I have to agree. It's like, yeah, he views it that way, but he's got this fucked up. It's never going to happen. You know what I mean? You viewing it this way, it's never going to be enough for you. You are never going to be content. You know how like when people say like, oh yeah, we're going to have like kids when we have the money. It's like, when is that? You know what I mean? When is that? When is that? When is that? You know what I mean? Like, when is that for you? You know what I mean? What dollar amount? What dollar amount is that? What dollar amount does that look like to you? It's like you are never going to fucking hit that. You know what I mean? It's never going to be enough for you. You're never going to feel secure, stable enough. It's never going to fucking happen. Anyway, yeah, I would agree. I feel like that's what he thinks. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, but he's gonna fuck that. Okay, hold on. All right, hold on. you're like, to end it on a lighter note. Hold on. Okay. Fuck. All right. Let's go. Thank God. All right. I actually like that we're ending. That is hilarious, actually. Does this surprise me? Fuck no. This is so funny. Okay. Page of Wands. Stop. Stop. Page of Wands, Three of Swords, Nine of Swords, Knight of Wands, Empress, King of Pentacles. This very much gives, I think we were talking about this like the last time that I was like doing readings on you and shit like that. Like I think we were talking about something where I'm like, I don't feel like it's so much jealousy, but it gives so much like this envy. And you just see that. It's like the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands is obviously he liked what he's seen, right? But the Three of Swords and the Nine of Wands is where he like takes it personal. Because Three of Swords is always that. Three of Swords is always self-inflicted. And so it's like, okay, so he sees it, of course, like he's like, he likes it, whatever. He watches you all the time anyway. You know what I mean? Like Page of Wands is very like stalking, you know what I mean? Like always watching behind the scenes and shit. So I'm like, well, he's always watching. Obviously, he liked what he's seen, right? But then, like, he takes it personal. Like, I don't know, like, he takes it fucking personal, whatever this was that you posted. And then he starts to, like, think down about himself, you know, he starts to, whatever, like, get in his feelings, whatever. And you see that he really admires your Empress, right? Like, he really admires your true beauty. You know what I mean? He really admires that you really, embody that and you're confident in it. And I don't know, I feel like, I don't know, it's almost like a comparison. Like he's over here where he's like, yeah, I seen what she posted and like, and I love it. You know what I mean? I feel like whatever. I love it and all that shit. I like admire her so much. And then I'm over here where I take it personal and then I'm like comparing myself to her. And like the only thing that this is probably what he's thinking, like the only thing that I truly have up on her is like I make more money than her. Like it's that kind of shit where it's like I'm comparing myself to her. Anyway, whatever. Okay, hold on. Yup. Mm-hmm. Oh, right. Shut up. I get why Empress came out with that then. That makes sense. Whatever. I hate him too, bitch. I'm over here. I'm just like, I can't. I can't. I can't. I'm sick. I'm fucking sick. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. Sorry. Let me get my shit together real quick. Hold up. Jazelle. Jazelle, Abby, Gabriella. Jazelle, you're in here still, boo, aren't you? Are you? Excuse me, sorry, is my indigestion? Is she in? Well, who is in here? Oh, wait, no, you're in here. Okay, period. Hold on, Jazelle, hold on, boo. Hold up. Where are you at? Here we go, here we go, here we go. Really? Shut up! Shut up! Jazelle! Jazelle, shut up! Are you fucking serious? Don't. Oh my god. Oh my god. I would be traumatized, bitch. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, I can't wait to see what comes out with this one. Okay, hold on. Let's go. I'm not mad. Page of Swords, Two of Cups, Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Eight of Pentacles, Moon in reverse. What is this? Nine of Pentacles. Okay. I'm not mad. I don't. Good. Okay, so like Page of Swords, Two of Cups, like Four of Pentacles. Like you're probably this is not, if you were wondering, I guess, like if you were like, I don't know, is he like turned off? Is he like is he like energetically turned off? Is he just kind of like being nice because he feels bad for me type shit? Like, no. The page, there's still like Page of Swords is that there is still this, which I believe with him, right? He kind of always appears like that, where there is this genuine like curiosity that he has, right? Like, of course, and it does represent communication, all that kind of shit. But it's like this genuine like curiosity, like he is still wanting to get to know you and shit, right? Genuinely. Two of Cups. Yes, of course you probably feel that way too. But the Two of Cups is like what he feels is that there is like a real connection that he has with you, right? Like he genuinely does like fucking respect you. He does like you. Genuinely. The Four of Pentacles in the reverse is where it almost, because it represents where you're not, like you're not holding your cards close to your chest. Like you're not trying to mask. You're not trying to play cool or whatever, right? And so that situation, I feel like does, I don't know, I feel like it kind of opened him up a bit. I feel like it kind of where he wants to open up more, and like Eight of Pentacles coming out after that, it's almost like we're this kind of, I don't know, maybe opened his eyes, and that is Moon in reverse, right? Like Moon, I always say that about Moon, I'm like, yo, if I'm gonna see a major in the reverse, it would be that one, because Moon in the reverse represents where you are not. So I would say this: he might have been in Moon before this, right? Where maybe you did talk to him about this, maybe not, right? Maybe you're just like, it's not fucking worth it to me. Like he doesn't really need to know about that him. You know what I mean? He don't need to know about baby daddy. He don't need to know about that. Even if he does know, even if you did tell him, he's still in Moon. Where like Moon is like, I don't know, right? Like I can only guess what that looks like. I can only, you know what I mean? I don't truly know what that looks like. You're in moonlight. You can't see it clearly. When Moon comes out in the reverse, it's like, I finally, like the veil's been lifted. I finally fucking see it for what it is. And so it's almost like that where it's like, holy shit, like I actually, like, I got to experience firsthand what this is and what this looks like. And so I'm not like in this, I'm not stuck in like this mystery or like stuck in this unknown energy anymore. I know. And so anyway, this, I don't know, I think it kind of like lifted the veil for him. I think that he sees this a bit more clearly now, and he's over here where he's like, I want to be, I don't know, gives more empathetic. It gives more, I want to give her more respect. I want to work on this. I'll say that. I'm not mad. Huh. Okay, I'm not mad. All right. What in the fuck? Girl, okay. Girl, right. Okay. Okay. Oh, God, Giselle, I'm so sorry. Okay. Oh, God. Okay. Just, I feel so fucking bad for her. Like, are you kidding me? This is the shit you have to deal with. Okay. I'm gonna get pissed. I know I am reading this. Stop. Stop. I'm disgusted already. Stop. Okay. I think that he. I don't. Hold on. I gotta see if like a moon or a high priestess is gonna come out. It didn't. Okay. Not even on bottom of the deck. Okay. Like. Magician, Hermit in reverse, 9 of Wands. Sun, 7 of Wands in reverse, 2 of Wands. That is Wheel of Fortune, bitch. But the tables always turn type shit as Wheel of Fortune. The Magician and the Hermit card in the reverse coming out is like, obviously, I mean, those are like probably the only cards we really need to focus on this, but I'll go off. Like, I can't believe that he did what he did. This is just such a train wreck. This is such a crash out. Deep down, what he feels is Hermit in the reverse, which is this deep, it's a deep wound of rejection. Okay, so it is where, I don't know, whatever. This dude is just like, I don't even know what the fuck to say. It is a deep wound of rejection. It is also where your behaviors, right? Like your behaviors are very antisocial. He is probably like mad, and this is no knock. I'm not trying to be fucking mean, TikTok, okay, or bully anybody, but it is where your behaviors are very off-putting. Your behaviors are like, you're fucking weird. Like, stop. You're acting weird. Like, so you're making people around you uncomfortable. Like, stop. You know what I mean? Like your behaviors, you like kind of, you acting like a little different. Like you acting like you don't know how to act out in public type shit. Like you don't know how to take social cues and shit, right? Like that is Hermit in the reverse. Like stop, you're acting weird. The Magician coming out with that though, like this to me is like he's not even aware that he's doing this. And this to me would be like he actually thinks that like his behavior is like he actually thinks that like the way that he's acting, because Magician is manipulative, right? It just is what the fuck it is, right? It can be good or bad, whatever, depending on what it comes out with. But like this to me is like, oh, he's like he's trying to like put on a persona that like who knows. Actually, should I just pull and see what kind of fucking persona he's trying to put on? It represents you're trying to kind of put on a mysterious persona. Okay, word. Okay. He's trying to put on a mysterious persona. That he probably wants people scared of him and shit like that. He wants people, whatever, to not, whatever. I think he just aired himself out, but whatever. He wants to put on like this mysterious persona, okay? But it's actually coming off like it's very unbecoming, or it's like very like you don't get social cues. Like it's giving like you're kind of freaking people out like around you, right? Like you're weirding people out. The Nine of Wands, the Nine of Wands, Sun, Seven of Wands in reverse, and the Two of Wands. I will say that's a lot of fucking wands, and it doesn't really surprise me because wands, it's fire, right? A lot of times it's jealousy, envy, shit like that. The Nine of Wands is like that. Oh man, it's it is. Hey, he's been hurt. You know, he's been so whatever. I know, and I'm not taking. Trust me, I'm not taking his fucking side. Nine of Wands is where he's been hurt. He's been heartbroken. He's been devastated. It's almost like that Seven of Wands in reverse. I don't know. It's like It's almost like he was defeated. I don't know. I wish God, to be a fly on the wall in that situation. It's like he viewed it as like he got defeated, or he got like someone defeated him or some shit like that. I can't believe a fucking strength didn't come out. Or even like a knight of wands or a king of wands. I feel like he was been waiting to do this though, Jazelle. He was waiting to fucking do it, and it's almost like he thought that like by him doing this, it would. I don't know. I can't. It's hard for me to like to put myself there because I'm not like this delusional. You know what I mean? So I'm trying my best, but I think that he's been planning on doing this for a minute, like doing a crash out, doing some kind of explosive something, right? But he thought that it would make him look like mysterious, or it'd make him look like, I don't know, like he thought it would give him like a different kind of attention than it probably did. Do you get what I'm saying? Like he thought it would make him look like, I don't know. Mysterious is the only word I can think of. Like mysterious, like people would be on his side because they don't really know. Like, it'd be like really complex. Anyway, whatever. Oh my god. Okay, anyway. What's your other questions, Bill? Oh my god. Stop. So embarrassing. I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. I would die. Stop. I feel like that's bitch. I just know that like one day I'm gonna come on here and I'll be like, that happened to me too. I'm just waiting for the day. You know what I mean? Word. Hold on, boo. Let me do. I got you. I don't think you'll owe anything. Hold on. Let's get it. Oh, now I'm kind of curious to see what comes out. All right, Jazelle, you know the drill, boo. I'm gonna start with Oracle. Let's get it. Yeah, I'm curious to see what comes out now with this. Let me see current. Where's the app? Okay. All right. You are definitely like traumatized. Probably from yesterday. You probably feel so fucking embarrassed. It might even like you might even feel so fucking embarrassed that like you are kind of like in hiding. Like trying not to really talk to him, shit like that. Him. Okay. Oh my god, your ex, bitch. Oh my god. I just stop. I feel like that's probably yours. Whatever, we'll see when we get into tarot. But toxic environment coming out on bottom of the deck. Okay, and secretive coming out. The toxic environment, it can represent karmic relationships, right? And this could be true for him because, like, if the X card is coming out, it could be your ex, it could be his, it could be the fucking both of them, right? But it does represent the, like, karmic relationships. Yes, it does represent where, like, someone is in a situation where, like, they're getting emotionally leached off of. They could be getting taken advantage of. It's where, like, whatever. That to me is like, oh, it's probably just like karmic relationships. Obviously, we know, right? It's probably karmic relationships. I would say that, like, the secretive card that's coming out underneath that, you could have kept this kind of, like, with your situation with baby daddy. You could have kept this just whatever. You might not have talked about it. You're kind of like, whatever, it's not really worth, like, me telling him. Like, I kind of, or I didn't, even if I was, like, even if he does know, like, baby daddy, shit like that, like, he knows who he is. I didn't really go into, like, that much detail and shit. Like, it is secretive. It is, like, very Seven of Swords where you're kind of keeping a lot of things hidden. He's probably doing the same shit too. Where it's like he's not really, he doesn't, whatever, maybe you guys don't want to come across like you're shit talking, or, like, you know what I mean, anything like that. But anyway, it represents where you are kind of like hiding information and shit, right? But no, I get it, whatever. The clear mind, clear heart, and cold shoulder is coming out as current, where, yeah, I do think that these two people, they are getting more insight, more clarity. Of course, we love that. The cold shoulder, though, is where they could be trying to, whatever, keep busy, trying to distract themselves, like, kind of trying not to seem clingy, whatever, right? Like, they're trying not to communicate too much, shit like that. You're over here with guilt and coming clean, where I get it, like, from your perspective, where you're just like, I feel like the guilt card coming out, like, I feel so ashamed, I feel so embarrassed, I feel like, I don't know, just remorseful over what happened, shit like that. I feel guilty over it. And but the coming clean that's coming out, this could be, so I could see where you're, like, in that energy and you're like, fuck, I'm kind of giving cold shoulder, I'm kind of ignoring him, I'm not really reaching out that much. That the coming clean, though, I do like, because this is where you are wanting to be open with your emotions about this, and I do feel like you'll get the opportunity to. He's over here with double life and then safe love. The double life, it's not really necessarily what it sounds like. It represents a double life, like, where you are doing an emotional betrayal towards self. It's very Seven of Swords like that, but Seven of Swords, maybe like Eight of Swords or like Three of Swords. It's where you have feelings. So this means like, oh, he has feelings towards her, but he's over here where he's trying to, like, convince himself it's not that deep, or he's trying to convince himself that his feelings aren't that, whatever. He's trying not to confront them. He's trying to distract himself from them, shit like that. The safe love that's coming out is obviously what he's craving, which is he wants a secure, loving relationship, right? Yes, with her. The spiritual attack and the X card is coming out as outcome. The X card is very self-explanatory. It is where there is an X in the picture, right? The spiritual attack that's coming out with it, though, it represents, and trust me, your ex, his ex, are going to be causing shit. It represents triggering, right? Like, the spiritual attack, it's karmic triggers. It is where you are going to be purposely triggered by this fucking person is going to be trying you. Probably his ex too. There is an ex that is going to be fucking trying you guys. But the one thing I do like about spiritual attack is that, yes, you're gonna get fucking tried. But that is where divine protection is in place. Whatever this person or these two people, right? Whoever it is, whoever this ex is, that's trying to throw a wrench in this, that's trying to fucking whatever, act out of jealousy, it's not going to work. Whatever they have planned, like, let's say your ex is like, his whole game, right, is like, well, I'm gonna fucking embarrass the shit out of her so he don't want anything to do with her. That's not gonna work out. Or let's say, like, his ex goes off the fucking deep end, or whatever, let's say his ex begs for him back, right? And she's like, oh, I'll know he'll take me back. And it's not working. You know what I mean? It is not going to fucking work. Whatever game you're playing is not working with that spiritual attack card. Anyway, so I'm happy to report that. I am not happy about, like, the ex coming out there where I'm like, great, these two people are going to be dealing with some bullshit. Whatever. I guess thank you, Tarot, for giving us a warning. You know what I mean? Let's... Okay, word. Outcome. Oh my god. If you guys were to get into a relationship, bitch, oh god. You better be prepared for that. Oh my god. If these two people get into a relationship, crash out fucking central in that outcome. From, like, exes. Holy shit. Okay, I actually like his energy. Okay. I do think that you two might end up in a relationship. I really do. Okay. Anyway, I do like the outcome. The outcome is Justice and Four of Wands. But anyway, the Sun card and the Six of Wands is coming out as current. I like it. I feel like the Sun card, there has been, yes, it does represent, like, positivity. Obviously, we know that these two people, like each other. They know that, like, whatever. They genuinely fucking like each other. And, like, the Six of Wands is that they do like the attention and shit that they get from the other person, right? And I don't mean that, like, in a shallow way. But the Six of Wands coming out is, like, this person, like, they do see me for who I am type shit, okay? The Nine of Cups and the Ten of Cups in the reverse is coming out on your side, where, I don't know, you kind of look a bit more disconnected from this than he does. I feel like you're kind of, because the Ten of Cups in the reverse is, like, letting go of this visualization of, like, a relationship. And so, like, in Jazelle's energy, I'm like, damn, she's not really, like, on that, in that mentality of, like, oh yeah, I'm like, I really want a relationship from him, shit like that. She's more of in this Nine of Cups where it's like, I'm really focused on myself right now. I'm not so much, like, pining for him or, like, hoping that we're getting a relationship, shit like that. I'm kind of just focused on my Nine of Cups. I'm just focused on me. He's over here where his perception is shifted too. He's in a Four of Cups in reverse. And so he's in a Wheel of Fortune and a Four of Cups. And again, the tables always do turn, don't they? That's Wheel of Fortune. But the Four of Cups in the reverse is where the way, because it's a perception card, it represents, yes, at one point he was viewing this, or whatever, the way that he was coming at this relationship, it probably was selfish. It was probably all about him. It was probably where he was, like, so focused on him and his needs and his hurts or whatever, right? The Four of Cups in the reverse is where his perception is now changed, and he is, like, focusing more on, like, an Ace of Cups, right? He's kind of focusing more on the potential that this could have, like, the potential that this relationship could have. The Wheel of Fortune, I don't know, I feel like his energy shifted a bit. I feel like it shifted a bit. And, like, the outcome, Justice, Four of Wands, I'm just gonna say, boo, because that's big relationship energy there. If y'all end up in a relationship, just be prepared for some bullshit, bitch. Do I think it's gonna work? No. You know what I mean? Is it gonna, like, break these two up? No, it's not going to. But, like, some exes are definitely going to be trying to, like, break you guys up. 100%. 100%. We'll do it anyway. I'm not really worried about you two. I'm not, especially him. His energy. This is probably, like, the best I've seen him in a minute. Hold on. What do I want to get for him? What do I want to get for him? You know what? Hold on. I'll do this one. Hold on, boo. Ishwan. Yeah. Did I? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah. I might, hold on. I know I want to do 3, but I might want to do more. Hold on, boo. Okay, I'm doing a love oracle. You're so smart. Your intellect really turns me on. You're so smart, and I really enjoy our conversations. Oh. Okay. Have my kids. I want to have a family with you. I know you'd be an amazing parent, and I dream of the day that I can experience raising a family together. Okay, I'm not mad about that. Finding myself. It was time I went within to find myself again. I need to figure out what I want out of life. Spoiling you. I want to give you the good life. I want to spoil you with gifts and trips, everything you could ever need or want. You deserve nothing less. Mother wounds. My mother is a big influence on my behavior now as an adult. I have challenges with connecting to the divine feminine energy within me and externally. And something to say. There's something I really want to share with you. I'm waiting for the right time to tell you. Focused on money. I'm currently focused on my career and finances. My main priority is financial security. Shut up. Okay. Soon. I'm going to contact you soon. Okay. I'm not mad. Okay. He didn't piss me off. He didn't. Not once. Not once during that. He didn't. Okay. He's like the only one. He's the only one probably like this past month that hasn't really pissed me off. That reading didn't piss me off though. Okay. Hold on, booze. Hold on. Let me get this shit out of my way. I'm motherfucking. What time is it? 6. Boo. Abby, are you still in here, boo? Oh, y'all, I got a headache. See, now Abby's is gonna piss me off. I just know it. Okay. Hold on, Abby. Hold on, boo. Let me. Hold up, boo. I gotta check and see if I missed anybody. I don't think I did. See, I went so long on that. Oh my god. Oh, I think we're good. Word. Okay, I got you. Hold on. Don't. I'm scared. Okay. I'm scared. Okay. Abby, you know the drill, boo. Girl, stop. I'm scared. Well, it's just gonna be the same shit. You know what I mean? Like, hold on. Who knows, though? That's what pisses me off, though. What pisses me off is that it's the same shit that comes out for him, which, whatever, we love, right? But it's like the stalling. It's the stalling that irks my soul. Okay. You know the drill. Let me see current. Let's go. What do we got? It doesn't surprise me. Love that last came out. Oh, okay. I'm so curious as to why that's coming out on your side. Hold on. Hold on. I do want to see what these are. Okay. I'm like a little curious why this card's coming out on Abby's side. It's love affair. I'm gonna say this right off the bat because he's got dating on his side, but these two people are single, absolutely. The love affair, like if anyone's truly like hooking up with other people, it would be her. You know what I mean? Because that is love affair where you're kind of like being a player. Maybe you are. Maybe not. Okay, maybe not. Okay, hold on. One more for him. Okay. Okay. What's that? Okay. I'm not. Okay. Am I mad? I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Okay. Vibes in sync coming out on. Okay, I'm not mad. Actually, I'm not. The vibes in sync coming out on bottom of the deck, it does. So this is overall energy, obviously, for Oracle, right? It does represent where the two people are energetic. So actually, I'm happy about this. I am, because it represents like an energetic match where two people are on the same page energetically, right? I actually like that. Keep that in mind. Love that lasts and coming clean. Thank God. But the love that lasts and coming clean is coming out as current. Love that lasts, whatever, we've seen that before. It does represent where there is like a real attraction, affection. It's a real connection that these two people had, right? Or they do have. The coming clean, It does represent, so right, like that's kind of where I guess that's where my frustration comes from, because I'm like, yo, when is this gonna happen? But the coming clean does represent like confessing, wanting to communicate, wanting to confess what's going on, wanting to be like authentic and raw with your emotions, right? I'm curious, I kind of want to put a pin in it because I want to see what comes out with tarot, but I'm not mad, right? So I'm like, okay, yeah, there's a genuine, real connection these two people have. I like that we have the coming out because it's like, okay, now we're wanting to open up, we're wanting to finally fucking talk. Okay. You have love affair and lessons learned coming out on your side, where love affair, it can represent, God, I don't know. I'm shocked that it can represent where that person's like a player, or where they're like hooking up, and you could be, girl, and if you are, you know what I mean, you're single, it's fine. But the love affair does represent where it is a single energy, and it's where like you're having fun, you're hooking up and shit. And so that's why I say, shit, girl, like if anybody's like hooking up, or if anybody's like truly like dating around, it is you. But the lessons learned that's coming out, who knows, this could be past energy too with you, where it's like, yeah, I kind of was like that, like, yeah, whatever, I kind of, you know what I mean, I like whatever, hooked up and shit like that, but I don't do that anymore. It could be that. This also could be with this situation in particular, right? This could be where that kind of was the dynamic between you two when you guys were last in communication and connection, right? Where it's like, yeah, I kind of started off like that, where it was like fun, we were kind of hooking up and shit like that. This could be where you're thinking a lot about that, and thinking a lot about just whatever the lessons that you learned from it, how much you've grown from like the last time that you've seen him and shit like that. He's over here where he's not dating and really committed this time. The dating card does represent where he is single, right? He's single 100%. He's back in the market. You know what I mean? Not saying that he's like dating and shit like that. Probably not. But it does represent where he's single. The really committed this time is like what the energy that he's upholding, right? He's like, I want, so with this, right? Like if you're curious, like maybe you are curious, like is he still a player? Is he still like a fucking cheater? Whatever, right? No, he's not. The really committed this time is where like where what his focus is that he doesn't want any games, right? He wants loyalty, he wants to be in it for the long haul, he doesn't want to fuck around, he doesn't want to like play these childish games, you know, he doesn't want to like lie, any shit like that. So his tune has changed. Okay, word. And then 1111 and healing through love is coming out as outcome. Doesn't surprise me at all. The 1111, it does represent obviously soul contract, right? It does represent too like divine timing, or like things falling into place because of synchronicities, right? Which I do believe that that's the case with this. But the healing through love, I love, right? Because it's where like these two people, that's exactly what they're doing, right? They're healing through love. They're trying to it's very temperance, right? Where it's like they're healing this connection, they're coming at it genuinely, they're coming at it truthfully, they're coming at it with no games. I like it. Mature, you know? Hold on. Let me see current. Grown. I like it. What's current? Can I see like time frame maybe with that? Five of Swords in the reverse, I'm not mad. Yeah. That is wanting to compromise or talk things through, for sure. His energy's good. We'll just do one. Okay. Definitely single. Both of these. Yeah, you look a bit more guarded in comparison to him. It is communication. Can I see when? Could have already happened. Can I do one more for him? Good energy. One more. Is that Cancer? All minor. Wow. Can I see one more? Can I see when? You're not gonna give it to me, huh? Could be Cancer season. Has that come out before, Abby? Could be Cancer season. Could have already happened though. Like, I'm not mad. Okay. Five of Swords and the Eight of Wands coming out as current. I like that. Whatever. I feel like we've read this before too, where it's like, okay, the Five of Swords in the reverse, it does represent where it's like I'm letting down my ego, right? Like I'm letting down my guard. I'm not. So this is where these two people, they want to come towards each other, or when they do come towards each other, it's where I'm not trying to be right. I'm not trying to like convince this person. I genuinely just want to, I want to compromise. I want to see like where can we start? What kind of foundation can we start on, right? Eight of Wands is very like quick energy. That's why I say shit. You guys, like, communication could have all happened already. Eight of Wands is it's like a mini tower, right? It's a sudden shift that's happening. I like it. I like it. The Four of Wands and the Four of Pentacles and the Two of Wands is coming out on your side. This is where, of course, like, Abby is guarded. You know what I mean? She's got whatever. She's got like her poker face on. She's got her cards close to her chest. She is a bit guarded when it comes towards this. But that Two of Wands is that she's still willing to do the risk, right? She's still willing to take the risk. He's in a good place. I mean, he's got Nine of Cups and the Four of Swords, where, like, yeah, his emotional stability on point. He's in a Nine of Cups. This is where someone is genuinely pouring back into self, and he probably has for a while. He's probably genuinely putting himself first. And that Four of Swords, that he's in a really good mental place as well. That's also how he feels about this too, which makes it. Hold on, I'm gonna go over on this. Which makes sense. Like, he is, which good on him. Like, he's wanting to come at this connection where he's not without, or he's not, I don't know, like, feeling inadequate, or feeling like he can't bring shit to the table. This is very much where he's like, yes, I'm making sure that, like, my emotional and my mental are on point, right? Good for him. Six of Pentacles, Nine of Swords coming out as outcome. This is communication, but it's a hell of a lot of fucking stress and like overthinking around it, right? Chariot card came out and World card came out, where I'm like, okay, communication probably around Cancer season. There could be, only because World's coming out, I don't know, like, because World card can be where there's just more, there's more lessons that need to be learned individually until these two people can come together. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Hold on. Because I gotta do magic on. Hold on. I'm not mad. I just, he needs to reach out. Hold on. I want to do this one. Hold on, boo. Hold on. This. Did I get all of them? Hold on. Sorry. Jesus. Okay. I think I might do like 6. Hold up. Where's he at? Okay. My emotions are like a roller coaster now. I don't know what I want, but I'm trying to find out. I still love you. I dream of being with you. I imagine waking up to you. I imagine waking up next to you and cuddling with you every day. I'm trying to bury my love for you because I can't be with you right now. I've ruined our relationship. I keep getting signs that remind me of you. I can't ignore them anymore. I need to reach out to you. You're always in my heart, even though I'm not in touch. I observe you from a distance. One more. Okay. Don't lose hope for us. We've been through tough times together. I will always fight for us. Okay. Okay. I hide my real thoughts and feelings from you. I was in denial and afraid of losing you. I see clearly now. Can I read this next one? Because I thought this one was going to come out in the spread. Please give me a second chance. I still love you and want to start over. I want to share my life with you. Okay. Okay. I'm not mad. I'm not. I'm not. Like, hurry up. God. I will say, though, I feel like his energy is like consistently does get better. It does. Like, I really genuinely feel like that dude is like on, he's like really bettering himself. Like, you know what I mean? I do feel that way. Okay, hold on, boo-boos. Hold it. I think I just got, Right? I'm like, I'm not pissed. I'm not even like, I mean, I'm a little irritated, but not bad. Not bad. Okay. Gabriella, are you still in here, boo? Yeah, I just got her period. Okay. Period. Right back. I almost dropped that whole death. Word. Hold on, boo. Hold on. Wait. Stop! Get really shut up! Oh my god. Okay, word. Okay, word. Okay, hold on. Hold on, boo. Let's motherfucking start. I'm curious. Air him out, boo. What's going on with him? Okay, I'm gonna start with Oracle. You know the drill. Yeah, I'm very curious to see where his head's at. Okay. Hold up. Ugh. Where's my fucking timer? There it is. Okay. All right. You know the drill. Let me see current. What's current? Let's go. Okay. I'm mad. Where's she at? Where's he at? Okay. I'm like, I gotta see what his clarifier is, because I'm like, I don't want to get my hopes up. One more for her. One more for him. Okay. I'm not mad. I am curious to see what comes out with tarot. But distractions and teamwork love is coming out as current. Should I start bottom of the deck? Soul searching bottom of the deck, which I do believe. For him too. Like, the soul searching does represent, it's very hermit, right? It does represent where, like, there is inner work that is being done by the both of these people. It is where they are, whatever, it's just more inner work. It's seeing things with a deeper meaning. It's being more fucking serious about things, right? Distractions and teamwork love is coming out as current, where I do feel like the distractions is trying to point at him, like, keeping, because obviously you know the context, right? Like what you wrote on there. I do feel like that distractions is like trying to keep her waiting. Do I think, I don't know, I really want to get into tarot to see like truly what's going on with him, but like from the oracle, I'm not seeing that he's like mind games, or I don't know, like fucking player, or like love affair. I'm not seeing like some sketchy shit. I guess I'm just curious, like, why this waiting? Why are we keeping her waiting for this? Like, what the fuck is going on with you, boo? But the distractions, it can't represent that, right? It can represent where it's like it's someone who is like keeping someone waiting. But the teamwork love, I believe that where it's very Three of Pentacles. It's like that's what these two people want to do, is they want to work on this. They want to work on a partnership, right? You have healing through love and spotlight, where whatever, this could be some shit that you're struggling with, where it's like, on one hand, yes, like I want to temperance this, right? I want to heal this. I want us to like care for each other, to to like heal through this, to really like feel safe in this, to build trust, shit like that, right? On the other hand, what you could be struggling with is probably some past shit. Like that spotlight can be, I'm struggling because he has shown me some, and whatever, maybe this is Gabriella, maybe this is fucking her, right? But it can represent like a narcissistic energy, not saying that he is or saying you are, because we all fucking struggle with this, right? It's like, I don't know, just ego, right? And so I'm like, okay, I can see where she's like struggling, where she's like, fuck, I want to heal this, but I also struggle with like, I've experienced like this really nasty part of him. Whatever, just conflicted. He's over here with reconciliation and someone's forgiven you, which I feel like he had the reconciliation last time. The reconciliation, so there it is. Like, there is some of his intention, right? It does represent where he does want to put in the work, right? He's getting better at communication. He wants an equal give and take, right? If someone's forgiven you, it's the same as like soul searching. It's not really necessarily what it sounds like. It represents where someone is finding like a spiritual path. They're finding their path, right? They're finding peace. They're finding some kind of release in their life. So I'm like, okay. Okay, I like it. Okay. Right place, right time in mind games is coming out in the subconscious. I I feel like this is where it's going to air out probably some of his insecurities. I don't even think that he's really aware of yet. Like the right place, right time. It does represent like alignment. It represents like two people that are obviously meant to be, right? It's always a timing thing with that card. But like the mind games that's coming out, I don't think it's as like negative as it probably sounds, because mind games can represent where someone is just emotionally unavailable, right? And so I want to see, I want to put a pin in that. And then hurting and pop up is coming out as outcome. I am not mad. I'm curious. Like the hurting card, it does represent like very Five of Cups. It is a heartbreak. It is inevitable fucking pain that you are going to experience. There's no way around it in life, right? But the pop-up that's coming out, I don't know. I feel like this is him. I feel like he might dance around this for a minute. I feel like he might. I feel like he might avoid the conversation for a minute. I think he will. But the pop-up is that I do think that him and even you, I feel like it's too much to bear. Like it's too much, like the uncertainty, the emotional pain is a bit too much to bear, because pop-up is very Two of Wands. It represents where someone's ready to face it. They're ready to face it. They got the emotional push that they needed. They're ready to fucking confront it. And so I'm not mad. I'm just curious, you know? Okay, let me see current. Let's go. Let me get like 1 to 2. What do we got? What do we got? Justice, I like. Okay. Okay. More honest, more truthful communication. Um, they definitely align on a lot of things. That is definitely him who's getting that push and that outcome. Okay. Yeah, he ain't ready to have that conversation yet. I'm so curious why. You put it out there, though. You did. And this is not something that he's just going to brush under the rug. And so if you're over here where you're like, fuck, should I ask him again? Should I like, you know what I mean? No. It stuck with him. You know what I mean? It did. It did. Do you feel vulnerable? Do you maybe like regret that you asked him? Maybe. But this is not something that he's just going to ignore or brush under the rug. He's going to confront it again. One more for that. Can I see maybe when? There's definitely. Should I do one more? Let me do one more for. Hold on. Let me do one more for that. What are you gonna do? Why? One more. Huh. I gotta be nosy. I'm so sorry. Sorry, hold on. Why are you struggling with that? I'm like shocked by that. Okay. What is happening? Okay, I'm like shocked by that outcome. I think that this is going to shift pretty quickly. I do. So, Devil and Tower is coming out on bottom of the deck. That is not a bad thing. That's amazing. Because that Tower comes right after Devil, right? That's what the fuck you want to see in tarot is like progression, obviously, in major, yes, minor, but especially in major like that. Where, yeah, I like that. I like the push. I think that is he gonna fucking confess tonight? You know what I mean? And fucking, really gotta no, you know what I mean? He's gonna struggle with this. But the Devil in the Tower is where that is what is happening, right? This is where someone is forced now to let go of their comfort zone. They're forced to do something fucking different, right? They're forced to like, yo, because we see that like someone's forgiven you the soul searching. We see that he's trying something different in his life, right? This is where push comes to shove, where God's like, are you really going to try something different? Because you're over here, we kind of acting like it internally. What the fuck do you got, right? When it comes down to it, when you are confronted with something like this where you have to be vulnerable, are you really going to do it? Are you really going to try something different? Are you really going to come out and like really communicate, be truthful, try to be in a relationship? You know what I mean? Yeah. The Justice, Nine of Wands in the reverse, of course, that's how we're reacting right now, right? Justice coming out, of course, it does represent, like, it represents serious matters, obviously, like, in the material, right? A lot of times that will represent, like, marriage, a serious fucking relationship. But this is also where, and he's doing it, this is also where you have to, when you are pushed up against a wall, you know what I mean? Do you really stand in your truth, or do you bitch down? You know what I mean? Do you really stand on your shit? Do you really tell people how you feel, or do you really establish your boundaries or what you want? You know what I mean? Or do you kind of just do you just whatever, like if someone's like, yeah, I'm not, but like this to me would be like, oh, do I think he's gonna do this? No. But this is just an example where it's like, okay, so I've asked you what the fuck we're doing here. This would be like him being like, I don't know. Let's give it a couple months and see what happens. This is where Gabriella would be forced with a fucking choice. Like, am I gonna bitch down and am I gonna let someone just treat me like that, where it's like they just treat me as an option? Or am I gonna be like, that don't work for me? Actually, that doesn't work for me. Yeah, you're not gonna treat me like an option. Like, you know what I mean? It's like when push comes to shove, do you really stand up for yourself? Do you really stand on fucking business? The Justice card is where now we are confronted with some truth, right? We have to fucking be honest here. These two people, they're confronted with it. They have to be honest with one another. Nine of Wands in the reverse is, yes, this is how they're initially reacting. It just looks a little bit different. Nine of Wands in the reverse is where it's like, I'm kind of giving up hope. This especially could be how Gabriella's feeling. Where it's like, well, he hasn't said anything. I'm kind of giving up on it. Where it's like, he's not saying anything. He's not really showing me anything. Like the Nine of Wands in the reverse is where you are giving up hope on something. But the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Cups in the reverse is coming out on her side, where it's like, I put the offer out there, or I put the conversation out there, right? I put the conversation out there, and now I'm over here where I kind of regret it. I feel like maybe I shouldn't have been vulnerable like that. I feel like maybe I shouldn't have asked that question. Or it's feeling like I asked that question and now it's like not being, like he's not confronting it, like he doesn't give a shit. I get it. He's not just going to like let this, he ain't like that. His energy's not giving that, where he's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna like ignore it. And like, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna have her nag me for like another month. No, he heard you. He's in a Ten of Swords and a Knight of Wands. This is where God, and like, yes, I'd love to see him like come out of this. Like the Ten of Swords is like, yes, initially that is his go-to, right? Where he's like, I can't talk about this. I can't talk about this right now, right? Ten of Swords. This could, but the Knight of Wands that's coming out with it, it is where he is finding his footing, he's finding his grounding with this. And so it's not where he's like, oh yeah, I have every intention of just fucking ignoring it, not confronting it, just totally letting that question that she asked me pass me by. No, he's going to confront it. The Ten of Cups in the reverse and the Lovers in reverse. I feel like this is what, yes, both of them are reflecting on. Yes, this could be kind of like what is dragging his feet a little bit. towards like having the conversation. I feel like, and maybe Gabriella feels some of this too, like that 10 of Cups in the reverse is this visualization of a relationship, right? When it comes out in the reverse, it's like your visualization of what that happily ever after looks like. So this is why I say, I don't know, Gabriella, I don't think so much is probably in this. Because I don't ever feel that she's like, hold on. I don't ever feel that she's like, I don't know, an airhead when it comes to this. You know what I mean? But 10 of Cups in the reverse can be like this visualization of a relationship that I had, right? It was based absolutely in fantasy. It was based, it was very much where my head was in the clouds and my feet were not planted on the ground. Like I just had too much of a, I was being too naive on what that looked like, right? I was too naive on what a happily ever after looked like, right? The Lovers in reverse. I do think this is probably some of like what's hanging him up. I wish that he was here because I would love to talk to him about this. I just feel like it's probably something that's maybe something is hanging Gabriella, but it's like there's some, whatever you have visualized for a relationship, there's something that needs to be tweaked there because that is truly why you are dragging your fucking feet when it comes to this. You're holding on to, I don't know, some idea that like shit's just gonna be easy. You're holding on to some idea that like, oh, we're never gonna fight. You know what I mean? That would be this, like, just looking at the spread, I'm like, oh, he could be the person where he's like, well, I have this in my head that like us being in a relationship, we're always gonna agree. Or like I have this idea like a healthy relationship, you always agree. Like you never fight. It's like, boo, that's not how it works. Like you are going to disagree on shit, you know what I mean? But I could definitely see where he's like struggling with that, like some kind of just naive, just something in his fucking mind where it's like, boo, that's not how relationships are. It takes work. You know what I mean? It's not just, like skipping in a fucking field with butterflies all the time. You know what I mean? Like shit happens. The Lovers in the reverse coming out though, I feel like this is I feel like if he was here, what I would tell him is if you do not confront this, which I'm sure you are struggling with, where you're over here and you're like, I don't want to. I know I have to, but I don't want to. Let's just say you didn't. You would regret this for the rest of your fucking life. And if you think that this is over, it's not going to be. That's why Lovers is coming out. When it comes out in the reverse, you are not upholding your side of the contract. It's always going to spin the fucking block, right? Now, what I would tell him is I'm happy to see your energy in the outcome because you're coming across as the King of Swords. Where this is you standing in your integrity. You told her that you were going to talk to her about it, and this is where the fuck you follow through on it, right? This is where you confront her about it. You confront her about it. This is not where she's nagging you and she's fucking asking you again. No, this is where you bring it up in conversation. This could also be where you feel like you have to lay everything out, and you might have to, boo boo. This is what I would tell him. Maybe you have to. Maybe you have to lay it the fuck out, and you need to let her sit with it, right? Because it's King of Swords, Knight of Wands, Eight of Cups, Seven of Swords in the reverse, Queen of Cups, which is her, and then Hanged Man. So that's why I'm like, oh my god, why is she coming across like that? Like, why are you needing a minute? That, like, I don't know. But that could be the case where he's like, now I'm confronting you about it. I'm confronting you about what you asked me, right? And listen, you can sit with it. I'm telling you, but like when he comes and he confronts us, he is telling you the truth. May he tell you something where he's like, yeah, I'm scared. Yeah, I want to be in a relationship, but I'm fucking terrified. That doesn't mean I don't want to be in one. That means I don't really know how to be in one. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't mean I don't want to be. I just don't really know how to be. He could definitely say something like that where he's like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it correctly. You know what I mean? That's not him being like trying to turn you down. It's him trying to like confess his vulnerability, right? So it's not where, so, do you get what I'm saying? It's not where he's like trying to turn this down or anything. It's like where he's like, yes, of course I want to be in a relationship. I just feel like maybe I don't know how to be. You know what I mean? It's not where he's like, no, I'm saying that because I'm trying to turn you down. He's like, no, I'm saying that because it's the fucking truth. Like, I really don't know how to be in a relationship. That doesn't mean I don't want to try. You know what I mean? But he's over here where he does confess and he does open up, right? He's very raw with where he's at and how he feels about this. But it's very much where he takes his hands off of the outcome. He's not trying to force anything. It looks like to me whatever he says she sits with for a minute. And so I don't know. Anyway, I don't think that he is irresponsible with his sexual energy, if you're curious about that. I don't think he's irresponsible with that at all. I think he does understand the seriousness of that. He's not like that. You know what I mean? He's a king of wands in the upright. He's not over here with just willy-nilly giving a shit to everybody. You know what I mean? He might need a minute, though. He needs a minute to sort out what the fuck is going on here, but he will confront this. He will. I think it might shock you a bit. I think that you might take a step back and think about what he told you. I don't know, if anybody is throwing a pause button on this, it's her. It is. It's the feminine. It's where she like pauses, she needs to think about it. Okay. I kind of agree with him though, boo. Hold on, I gotta read that again. I believe that. I think that it might have been a kind of a little, like, I feel like it was kind of a little bullshit. Like, him being like, I can't talk about this when I'm tired. Like, whatever. That was probably kind of an excuse. But I absolutely believe him when he says that he needs to talk about this. He needs to process it. I absolutely believe him when he says that. Absolutely. Because you're not seeing that his energy does not come across like it's manipulative or he's trying to like, you know what I mean? He's trying to like come up with a fucking excuse or some shit. No, trust me, he'd come out like completely different if that was the case, or it'd come out in the reverse if that was the case. But I believe him that he needs a minute to process it. He needs to think about this shit. I don't know. You know what? He's been surprising me a bit as of lately. His energy just seems more grown up. He doesn't look so much like a bitch. Like, you know what I mean? He don't though. Like, in the past he was kind of giving like temper tantrumy, like fucking, I don't know, like a temper tantrum little boy. Like, he doesn't give that here. He gives like he's being more serious. Okay, hold on, Boo. Okay. I'm sorry for being critical of you. I know I hurt you with my harsh words and actions. I look at your social media even though I tell myself not to. It haunts me because I miss you so much. Okay. I like that. Good job. I can't hide my true feelings anymore. I love you and I want to spend my life with you. My world is falling apart right now and I don't know how to fix it. It's not right for me to dump that on you. I believe this. I want to show you who I really am. I'm ready to bring down my walls and share my true feelings. Okay. All right. I'm mad at myself for behaving this way. I can't control my fear of getting my heart broken again. Okay. And I want to hold you and be held by you again. I want to wake up with you by my side every day. And I'm mad. Good for him. Like, I'm shocked he's that old, to be honest with you. When I was reading for him in the past, I thought for sure this guy was like in his 30s. Reading for him now, I'm like, I don't know. He just looks mature in this reading. Or I should say the past few readings. The past few readings. He just looks more serious. You know? No, he just looks so immature when I was reading for him in the past. Okay, hold on. Oh, God. Word. Okay. Hold on, Boo. Let's get it. Should I use this one? I'll use this one. All right, hold on. Okay. Let's see. Let's get it, Boo. Hold on. Where's my shit? Sorry it went so long on that first one. Okay, let me see Carmen. Oh. She might, there might be a little bit of defiance, boo, coming from her this summer. Definitely, she could be testing the fuck out of him. Oh, God. I'm so curious what his household's like. Hold on. Okay. One more. I anticipate a pretty big crash out from her while she's there. One more. It looks like he runs a pretty, I don't know, I don't know. It's looking like, okay, he runs a tight ship. He's probably, but he's kind of always been like this. I don't think this is like anything new for her. I don't know. It's like, okay, walk with me because his energy looks like, I don't know, it's kind of the same thing. They kind of do the same shit. I don't know, but it's nothing out of the ordinary. Like, he hasn't switched anything up. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, even though he's married and shit like that, he's always been like this. He's always been like this. I don't know if maybe, because it's 4 of Pentacles and 2 of Pentacles. And so I'm like, oh, so it's really like, I don't know, maybe strict, kind of the same shit. There's not really anything like super exciting that's going on there. He's kind of boring. He's fucking I don't know, maybe strict with his money. I could see that. But this is like, it's not out of the ordinary. It's not like she's walking into something like, oh my God, this is like a total upheaval. This is like a total fucking 180 that he did on me. No, but she's trying his ass. And she could just be like preteen or some shit. I could see that. But it's, let me, because I wanted like her energy to come out as current, and then I wanted like your guys' energy separately, right? So his looks like, okay, he's always kind of been this way. Whatever, he's probably in control of all the money. They don't really probably do anything that fun. Like, it's probably just the same shit every day. And it hasn't really changed. You know what I mean? He's always been like this, boring, whatever. Okay, they do the same shit. She's over here where it's Justice in the reverse, Page of Pentacles, and Tower. This is where she's at, right? Where, oh man, he might have a handful. Justice in the reverse is dishonesty, lying, not listening to fucking rules. You know what I mean? He might have a handful with her this summer. I don't know. It just looks like to me she's testing his boundaries, and she could be trying to cause some shit. You know what I mean? Listen, he got to be prepared for that. He got to be prepared for that. I don't know. Because this is a kid. You know what I mean? Of course that, you know what I mean? Like, you can't even blame her. She's a fucking kid. You know what I mean? We got a parent here. We got a parent, boo-boo. You got a parent. You know what I mean? That's what I would tell him. Like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. In my opinion, I don't know if maybe she's a preteen, she's kind of growing up, and maybe he's kind of like, whatever, I've always done this. You know what I mean? It's always, she's my little girl. And it's like, well, she's growing up. She's growing up. But anyway, it's very defiant. It's very pushing boundaries. It is her where she is trying to cause shit. She's trying to cause some chaos here. And I would tell him, you need to fucking nip this in the butt, because I'm telling you, boo-boo, this is her plan. This is what she does. You know what I mean? This is what kids do. They're going to push your boundaries, and they're going to try to control the fucking situation. You gotta be a parent. You gotta be a motherfucking parent, boo. But I get it. Like, I can't even knock her for this. This is what kids do. You know what I mean? I will say, though, this shit coming out for you over here, Lovers, Devil, Sun. I think that you because this is where, okay, yeah, he thinks that he kind of provides balance and shit, and he probably does for the most part, you know what I mean, financially and shit in his house. The lovers is where you genuinely provide balance in your household, right? And so it's like, yeah, not only are the bills paid, maybe that's like what he's thinking, where it's like, oh, well, I provide balance that way, you know what I mean? I pay the bills and I make sure we got a place to live. It's more than that. Lovers is where it's like you are creating balance all the way around. Devil coming out and the sun coming out. You might be aware of this behavior. You know what I mean? You might be like, oh, she tries this with me too. You know what I mean? Like, but this could be where you are aware of the behavior, you've fucking seen it before, and it's like I confront it. You know what I mean? That's sun devil, where it's like I talk to her about this kind of shit. I talk to her about this kind of behavior. So this would be like, let's say for instance that, let's say she got in trouble at school, right? Let's say that she got in trouble at school. She got called down to the principal's office because she was spreading a rumor about someone, right? And like it got real bad. And let's say she got called down to the principal's office and Gabriella gets a phone call from the school and she's like, oh fucking here we go, right? Okay, okay. So she's running around the school fucking telling everybody this rumor and shit and it's causing a lot of shit. Alright. So she gets her kid from school. This is where she's like, you want to talk about what happened today? I want to hear it from you. Go ahead and tell me what happened. Let's say this kid's like, well, you know, this kid tries to make up a story or some shit and like tries to play the victim. This is where Gabriella would be like, okay, I hear what you're telling me, but also what I hear what you're telling me is you're trying to get out of the situation, okay? This would be where it's like she confronts the fucking devil. She confronts the behavior. So this is like, okay, I hear the story that you're telling me, it kind of sounds like you're trying to get out of trouble here. You're not in trouble. I want to address this behavior, right? I want to address you running around the school fucking telling lies about everybody, or even if it wasn't a lie, you just spreading this rumor and causing shit. We need to talk about this. Let's talk about what this looks like when you fucking get older, right? Anyway, that's just an example. This to me would be like, oh, I could see where Gabriella, like, this might not be something that's like new to her, where she's like, yeah, I'm raising a little girl, right? Like, I'm aware of this. We confront this. I don't know. It just looks like to me he's kind of like airheady. Maybe he thinks it's parenting's easy. It probably is when you don't do shit. You know what I mean? It probably is very easy when you don't do anything. It's probably very easy. You know what I mean? When the only thing you think you need to provide is like, you know, I don't know, security fucking money-wise. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. I think she's gonna be pushing him. I think she's gonna be testing some fucking boundaries this summer. And she might get away with it. He needs to, you know what I mean? He needs to pull his head out. He needs to like parent. He needs to parent. He needs to become a parent. Magician in the reverse. It is manipulative behavior. It is cunning. It is tricky. It is, you know what I mean? This is just a kid being a kid. And this is where like Devil and the Ten of Pentacles, I don't know. I think it could be her like lashing out. Maybe she isn't normally like this. You know what I mean? Maybe you're like, I don't know. That behavior sounds fucking wild. This could be her just kind of crashing out because death is it is an upheaval, right? Like it's not so much an upheaval, but it is like a shift that she's going through, right? Ten of Pentacles. It's a shift family-wise that she's going through, right? This could just be a coping mechanism for her where it's like, maybe she's not normally like this. You know what I mean? Maybe you're like, girl, I don't know who the fuck you're talking about, but that ain't my kid. You know what I mean? Like, she's not manipulative or like a shit starter or anything like that. This could be her lashing out this summer. I'm just saying, I think she's going to be crashing out. I think she's going to be kind of lashing out while she's there. I'm not worried about Gabriella. If you get a report back from, I just don't know if he'd even report it back like that, but let's say that he fucking calls you and tells you this, or he texts you and he tells you like she's acting crazy, out of pocket, whatever. I do think Gabriella will confront it when she gets back, but I do not think that Gabriella is the type of person to stick her fucking nose in when she's at his house, right? You're probably gonna be like, listen, I'm going to deal with my kid when she's with me, but you know what I mean? Because Star 8 of Wands and the 4 of Swords is coming out as outcome, where it's like, I'm not worried about this kid in the long term, you know what I mean? I'm not, because it's like, there you see, she's coming back to self, but I do kind of think it's when she's back with her mom. It's when she's like back after a move, right? She probably feels safer with you. I don't know. She feels like more herself, more rejuvenated, more rested, more like mentally safe. But anyway, moral of the story, I think that this little one's gonna be crashing out. I feel like this little one's gonna be going through some problematic behavior this summer, and he's got to change something. You know what I mean? He has to change something. I don't know. It just looks like to me because he's got a lot of minor, and so when you have a lot of minor, you're kind of just like you're kind of just lollygagging through life. Like you're not taking shit seriously. When you see a ton of major, like what came out with Gabriella, she probably takes parenting pretty fucking seriously. You know what I mean? Um, I don't know. And he's like in this mentality where it's like, well, I've always been like this. You know what I mean? It's always been like this here. I've always done this. Um, I don't know. I think he gonna have a handful. I think she's gonna be crashing out. Straight up. Let's see that. Hold on. Let's see. Let's just see that. Okay, we know she gonna be crashing out, but let's see. Yeah, how she is treated. You know what I mean? Oh, so he might be okay. So okay. Uh, this could be some of his behavior. Maybe he has always been like this. Um, he might be kind of sarcastic and it's Page of Swords in the reverse, and so it's sarcastic. It's kind of it's jokey, but it's kind of mean. He can't really take anything seriously. He can't have a serious conversation. He's probably fucking rude. If he has anything bad to say, he disguises it as a joke. Um, he might be like insulting and shit. I could see him being like that, but he it doesn't clock to him. He's very like I don't know, like he's always been this way. I think that that kind of behavior is off-putting to her. I think it is. I don't think she fucks with that kind of talk. I don't know. I think it's the way that like his personality is. I don't think she likes it. Um, whatever. Maybe it was funny when she was little, but like I don't know. I just she seems so preteen to me. Where I'm like I don't know. She's not driving like with his personality. Um, do of course like he's you know what I mean. Of course he provides like you know he's like providing and shit. I get that, but it's just like this I don't know, like cynical, kind of negative, like kind of insulting, like sarcastic the way that he is. I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of off-putting to her. Anything else I need to be made aware of? Good lord. I think that his wife's nice. God, what a mess. I think that his wife probably provides more emotional connection reassurance than he provides. Straight up. She feels safe with her. She doesn't feel that from him. She doesn't feel like that emotional connection from him. She feels it with her. She feels it with like the mom in the house, right? In his house. And so I'm like, oh, it's probably his wife. She doesn't feel like an emotional connection with him, boo. It's disconnected this summer. I don't know. I don't know. It's sad. I don't know how else to say it. I do think he loves her 100%. Like this guy loves his kid. You know what I mean? But you don't really know how to show it. Anyway. Hold on, I'm gonna get Oracle in this fucking. Oh, well. Fuck it. I'm just gonna see what comes out with this. Anything for Gabriella. Word. Okay, well, okay. Okay, whatever. All right. I just want to see what come out. Comfort. How can you bring more comfort into your life? You can increase your comfort through tangible things, such as soft clothes and food, and intangible things, such as thinking loving thoughts about yourself and inviting peace into your heart. And then resolution. Whether it is that whatever it is that you've been struggling with is about to be resolved. Remember that resolutions don't always happen the way that we hope or want, but being able to move forward and start fresh always brings relief. And then listen, you're being asked to listen to your inner voice. It's been guiding you to do something or say something. It's time to act on wisdom. And then ask for help. Whatever. I just want to see what will come out with this. Okay. You're being asked to request help from another. You don't need to deal with this issue alone. There are many people who want to help you, but it's up to you to bravely ask for their support. It's a sign of strength to reach out. Do that today. Okay, anyway, I want to just see what will come out. I was kind of hoping that reading would be better. This little girl's probably grown up. You know what I mean? This little girl grown up. That is just too fucking bad, man. Cause you just see, like, this little girl probably wants to emotionally connect with him, but he, like, doesn't know how to fucking do that. But you see, like, the woman in the household is doing that with her, and I'm glad to see that she's, like, comfortable and safe with her. It's just too bad. You know what I mean? Like, she's really seeking that from her dad, but, like, her dad is, like, too negative, fucking sarcastic, like, I don't know, just off-putting. You know what I mean? Anyway, hold on, booze. Oh, God. Hold up, y'all. I got motherfucking... Her was so long on that. I got Anna and I think Chelsea. Hold on. I gotta see if I missed anybody. Chelsea, you're probably gonna be my last one. Oh, God. Sorry for indigestion. Yeah, okay, word. Chelsea will be my last one. Okay. Hold on. Anna, motherfucking Chelsea. Okay. Hold on, Anna. You probably sent me your message. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Oh. Okay. Where's my TikTok? Where you at, boo? Wake up! Okay. There, Jesus. Word. Word, hold on, boo. Let me do... I'll keep that one out. Okay. Oh, I got a brain freeze. Oh. I gotta go. You know the drill. Let's motherfucking get it. Okay, let me see. Let's see current. Where is he at? Oh. Okay. Infatuation. I'll go off about this, obviously, but the infatuation coming out as current. It is very like devil two of cups. You know what I mean? So, and it's not bad. It just represents like these two people. They both are doing this. It is like being obsessed with this, right? Like thinking about this shit all the time. It can, hold on, I'm gonna do one more. It's not healthy. I mean, like, you know what I mean? But it doesn't really surprise me. It's like the cock card coming out with it represents these two people being obsessed with this and like doing detective work and shit. This would be obviously like, yeah, tarot card readings are a good one for that. But it's like watching social media, like lurking behind the scenes, like, you know what I mean? Like going through fucking follower counts and shit. And he's doing it too. You know what I mean? So like these two people, it's just like, what's up? Like just talk. Anyway, it's the infatuation is very it's just a deep, yes, it's attraction, obviously. Like that's at the root of it, right? It's attraction, all that shit, but it's like it's turning to this obsession where it's like taking over these two people's mind. And the cock card is where like they are trying to do like detective work. They're trying to find out like what the other person's doing, like going through follower count, fucking going on other people's pages that they're like friends with and shit. Just it's shit like that. You're over here where you got cold shoulder and spiritual attack on your side. And so the cold shoulder is hilarious because it's like, well, obviously that's what she's doing, right? She's like ignoring this. She's like trying to, she doesn't want to talk to him. This could be where she is trying to like keep busy and distract herself, especially from like this obsession energy, right? The spiritual attack, especially if she's doing like the detective work kind of shit, this could be triggering the fuck out of her. Because spiritual attack is where it is huge karmic triggers. It's just being insanely triggered towards this. I would say that his triggers are a little different. Like he's over here whereas he's in hurting and envy. And so it's like his, I don't know, he feels like it's so Five of Pentacles to me where it's like you feel like you're so abandoned or so rejected by her. But you're holding on to like this grudge and you're over here where you're doing like this detective work and you're making yourself like fucking jealous. You're over here making yourself envious of shit that like is not even true. You know what I mean? Anyway, this is kind of a messy reading. I wasn't really expecting this. And then childish and rock bottom, which I guess I am happy to see. Because the childish card is where these two people, this is subconsciously going on between them. There is huge insecurity that these two people are going through right now. And it's like, oh my God, I know we're going to see Three of Swords and probably like Ace of Swords come out with this. Because I'm like, holy shit, like these two people, it took a turn like mentally for them. Where they're like obsessing over what the other person's doing, but they're not talking and they're just thinking the absolute worst. She's over here where she's pissed. She doesn't want to talk to him. She's probably trying to ignore this. He's over here where he's like stalking the shit out of her and he's like making himself jealous over situations that like don't even exist. Anyway, that childish is just insecurity, but I like the rock bottom because it's so tower where it's like, okay, we're finally hitting a breaking point where we can't do this shit no more. We can't do this shit no more. You know what I mean? And then I like the outcome because it's desire and really committed this time, which I'm not surprised by, right? But the desire does represent like intense, yes, it's intense feelings, and yes, it's intense sexual feelings, right? But it's more than the sexual feelings. It's like, yes, there's huge like sexual chemistry, but there's feelings that these two people have towards one another. I like the really committed this time because it's like when they come back into communication or when they come back into contact and they see each other, right? They're not playing games. They're in it for real. Like they're serious about it. It's very justice, you know what I mean? So we have some crashed out current, but I like the outcome. Okay. Let's see tarot. Let's get into it. Let me see current. What do we got? Four of Cups. Okay. Regret. You know, regret. Perception's a bit fucked up. Both of them, yes. Sun, I'm happy to see on your side. You may be a bit farther along than him. Okay. Oh, he could be envious, or what he would be looking at is like past conversations with you. And like getting bent out of shape over like some shit that you said to him. But it's like truths that you've told him. It's Queen of Swords shit. So it's things that you've said to him that are true. You know what I mean? Okay. I don't know. Your energy here's a lot more gangster. You know? I like the outcome. Okay. Okay, good. Let's see. I like your guys' outcome. Let me see a couple more for him. Where is he at? Money. Focused on his finances and shit. Okay. Yeah, definitely not being like, you know, a hooker or anything like that. His energy's good. Okay. I'm shocked the Three of Swords didn't come out. Not in my bottom of the deck, but I like your guys' bottom of the deck. I do. Okay. Two of Cups, Ace of Cups. Like, obviously, like, Two of Cups is where these two people, right? I know it's cliche, but it's fucking true with that card. These two people have feelings towards one another, and it does go both ways, right? Obviously. The Four of Cups and the Two of Cups coming out as current is that there is, like, Four of Cups is a perception card, right? And I would say you're probably farther along, like, whatever. It kind of looks like to me, like, you're past it and shit, but, like, the Four of Cups is a perception card where you are looking at things like the wrong way, right? Like you're looking at whatever. You're looking at things that have been done to you in the past. You're looking at, oh my God, like Anna hurt my feelings so bad when she said that to me. She's so mean. You know what I mean? Maybe you're over here where you're like, I can't believe you fucking said that. Like it's where your perception's like focusing on like the fucking negative, all the hurts that have happened, right? But with the Four of Cups, I always say, like, all you gotta do is look up, and there the fuck it is, right? There is that Ace of Cups. So, I do feel like they're close. I feel like you're a lot closer than he is. That Two of Wands is where, yes, it is where there is a risk that is going to be being taken, right? We already know that. And of course, there is communication that's coming out in the outcome. You're over here with Sun and Eight of Cups. And this is more, I don't know, it just looks like you're kind of farther along than him. Like, Sun card does represent, obviously, like, happiness, like you're focused on happiness, joy, all of that. But it is also where you have awareness, right? Like you're not lying to yourself about the situation. And so this to me is like, okay, yeah, maybe she was trying to distract herself. Maybe she was, you know, obsessing about this, kind of crashing out. But I feel like she's past that. Like Eight of Cups is where she probably notices, like, I can't be doing this shit to myself. Eight of Cups is where you do walk away because you want peace of mind, right? And so it's like, okay, she's walking away from like some kind of perception, right? I feel like she's in a better place than he is. He's over here where he's like stalking her social media probably, because Three of Pentacles does represent like secret admirer. It does. But this to me, he also could be looking at, like, yeah, he's probably looking at social media shit like that, but this would be where he's like looking at old messages, and I can't wait to see what his message cards are. But this is where he's like looking at old messages, like seeing things that he said to her, like that she said to him. But it's not like she was being, like, Queen of Swords is what he's focused on, right? And it's things that she said that are true. And so he's over here where he's like reading through text messages, reading through things that she, whatever, thinking about things that she said to him. I would say, like, yeah, I feel like his energy is pretty consistent. You're not seeing that he's like, I don't know, he's like hooking up, or he's not, like, you're not even seeing he's like going out partying and shit like that. He's very like focused on self. The Ace of Pentacles and the Tower card is coming out though, so we know that he's very focused on like finances, money, blah blah blah, security, all that, right? But the Tower card coming out, I kind of think it's like the shit we were seeing in the subconscious, where it's like him trying to distract himself with this shit. It's not working, and I just feel like that's where I think he's going through it right now, where he's like, me pouring so much of myself into like money and shit like that, or like all of my finances, like this shit's not working for me anymore. I'm miserable, right? Like this is not this isn't helping the situation at all. It's not helping like my head with this or my feelings with this. The Fool card and the Hermit card I like in the subconscious, because this is where both of these people, they're not like whatever, they're not crashing out on one another. It does represent isolation, right? They are isolating from one another, but during this time they are trying to, they're not, it's where you were seeking enlightenment, right? You were isolating because you want to get your fucking head straight. The Fool card coming out with that is that, yes, we're close to coming out of that. We are close to taking a risk, to taking a leap of faith out of like isolating from one another. And you do see that in outcome. It's Page of Cups, Seven of Cups in the reverse, which I do like, right? Because Page of Cups, I don't think that's the first time that we've seen that for you guys too, because it is apologetic communication that's coming through, because someone wants to know, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, how are you feeling about this? Do you feel the same way that I do? So, okay, communication to get some clarity. I like that. Let's see when. Virgo? Don't tell me it's going to be that fucking long. 2 more. 1 more, I'm scared. It might be. Shut up. Oh god, it might be. Oh no! Okay. No. I think I'm gonna say Gemini. I'm gonna say Gemini. I'm gonna say Gemini season. Okay. Gemini season. When commitment, is that like August? Or is that Libra season? That could be Libra season. When is Libra season? What is Libra? September, October? I'm going to say September. Okay. Communication. I feel like that's on point. I do. I feel like that's been a thing. Communication, Gemini season. I feel like commitment. I'm going to say September. I like the outcome though. Okay. I want to get nosy. I want to see. Hold on, boo. Because I know I want to do. Hold on. I want to do this one, but hold on. Hold on. Let me do like 3. Okay. I didn't believe in myself or in you. I let my low self-worth ruin our love. I want us to heal together. Okay, and I've made my bed, and now I have to lie in it until I can admit my mistakes to myself and to you. Hold on. Okay. 1 more. Or 2 more, okay. I want you to believe in me again. I know that I must take full responsibility for my actions. I will earn your trust again. And I still love you. I dream of being with you. I imagine waking up next to you and cuddling with you every day. I long for you day and night. I'm consumed by my desire for you. Our chemistry is amazing. Word. Hold on. I'm gonna do like 6. Okay, I feel lonely. I need to hold back my true feelings for you. I long for your kiss. What do you see in me? I'm obsessed with you. 1 more. Wait, 1, 2. And I want out. Okay. I wish to be like you. Why can't I tell you the truth? Why do I feel this way? I can't express myself. The passion is too much. Whatever. Okay. I mean, yeah, okay. I'm not, whatever. I'm fucking irritated with him. Whatever. Listen, I'm happy that he's not like, I don't ever get that from him. Like he's some, fuck boy or anything like that. I don't. I'm just like, you know what I mean? I'm not happy with him. He's kind of giving like, I don't know. He did like stop. He gives pouting. Okay, that's what he's giving. I don't like it. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. Okay. Hold on, booze. I got my. Well, hold on. What the fuck am I doing here? This one. Y'all can see my desk right now. Oh my god. Okay. Hold on. Chelsea, I got you next, boo. Hold on. You's gonna be my last one. I don't know what days I'm gonna be on here this week. Except for Friday, because my week is a nightmare. Okay. Hold on. God, okay. Chelsea, hold on. And also, I'm gonna fucking moderators who are in here. If you got questions, send them over. Okay. Ugh. Word. Just focus on yourself. Okay. Let's go. You know, the one thing I do like about tarot is like it. I mean, it will give gnarly advice. Let's go. Let me do 6. It is detaching from him. How so? What about that? One more. Is that him or is that her? That is her. I'm gonna probably get Oracle for this. I'm so curious. 8 of Cups, bottom of the deck. Like, oh my god, right? I like don't even want to say it because it is kind of like just focus on yourself. But like 8 of Cups is that. 8 of Cups is where you do walk away from something because that's the whole reason why the cups are in the upright in that card, right? You do walk away from something that you still care about, but you walk away from it because you care about yourself more, right? And it does represent where it's like I'm walking away from this because like yes I care about myself more, but I'm searching for the fucking truth, right? I'm searching for myself. I'm searching for something more than this. And then okay, Page of Swords, 4 of Cups in the reverse, Lovers in the reverse. Listen, this would not surprise me if tarot's like if you were wondering, and this goes for anybody, okay? Like I don't give a fuck because I did this. If y'all want to do cord cutting, I support it. You know what I mean? Like, do it. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, Lovers in the reverse, because this shit comes out for them too, right? They don't uphold their side of the contract. And listen, you don't have to uphold your side of the contract either. You know what I mean? You don't. I mean, I did it. I wouldn't recommend that, but like, I mean, Tarot is saying that is a fucking option. I mean, you don't have to uphold your side of the contract to this. If this person is not going to, then fuck it. Like, Lovers in the reverse does represent that. It is where you do detach yourself from who you have a soul contract with. The 4 of Cups in the reverse makes sense because this is where, like, of course, her perception changes. Where it's like, well, I'm disconnecting myself from this and I'm choosing myself. I'm choosing my own fucking happiness. This could be like Empress, 6 of Cups, King of Swords. Of course, that is probably the reason or like the struggle with this. Like that's always 6 of Cups, right? It is like this nostalgia that keeps us hanging on. It is this like hope that they made me feel this way in the past. I hope that they can make me feel this way again. Like 6 of Cups will torture the fuck out of us. You know what I mean? This is absolutely detaching from him. I'm actually wondering if this is like, is this to the point of her like blocking him and shit like that? Is that what you're trying to get at? I think it is. Wow. I wouldn't say blocking. I would say if you've contemplated like unfriending or some shit like that, especially if your fucking profile's on private, it would be that. It would be that. It would be. It's where the cards are Seven of Swords, King of Wands in the reverse, where it's like, yo, if you want the upper hand, don't let him see a fucking thing. You know what I mean? Don't let him see anything. Don't let him see anything. Like, start to be sneaky. Which I get. Tarot don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Tarot don't give a fuck. It's like, you know, here, it is what it is. If you want the upper hand, this is right. Tarot's like, I'm gonna fucking tell you how. Like, Seven of Swords. Keep him in the dark. You know what I mean? Lie to him. You know what I mean? And like, listen, Tarot, it is what it is, right? Tarot don't give a shit. Tarot's like, if you want the upper hand, you asked it, right? It's like, yes, be cunning, be sneaky. You know what I mean? Listen, if y'all want to get on some shit, 48 Laws of Power, but The Art of Seduction is a really good fucking book for this. If you really want to have the upper hand on a motherfucker, read Art of Seduction. I'm telling you, oh my god. You know what I mean? Play him like a fiddle, dude. Oh my god. I feel like everybody should read that book. If you truly want to have the upper hand, Art of Seduction, 100%. I get it. It's where it's like, you leave him powerless. He doesn't know anything. Word. I wouldn't say block, but I would say, you know, if you've been contemplating like unfriending, yeah. Or if he texts you, make sure your read receipts aren't on. Yeah. Or that could be. Listen, I'm gonna just pull Oracle because listen, we need some angels up in this bitch. But that could be because it's like this. It is cunning. It's Seven of Swords. It's cunning behavior that she's doing, which is driving him fucking crazy. And so it can be lying. It can be just sneakiness. You know what I mean? It can be telling half truths. Not, you know what I mean? Like being very beating around the bush type shit. Leaving them in curiosity. You don't know what her next steps are going to be, right? That's Seven of Swords. You don't know what is up that motherfucker's sleeve. Hold on. We gotta get, like... Hold on. I'm reading angel numbers. Because I'm like, okay, we gotta get some, like, spiritual, you know, energy in this question. Okay. 834, energetic responsibility. Be aware of the vibes you send out. Your angels alert you to be aware of the vibrations that you are sending out into the world. What you are going through is creating havoc for those who are absorbing your energy. Lie in a calm state and focus on breathing deeply in through your nose and out through your mouth. After a few deep breaths, do a full body stretch. Feel balanced and stabilize within yourself. 000. Hold on. Whatever. And then 682. 000. Universe abundance. The universe abundantly supports you. The force of love is around. This number enhances all attributes. A good thing we pulled another. This number enhances all other attributes of other cards that you draw today, creating a powerful connection between you and your angels. Visualize the power of the universe flowing into your being and envision your own creative forces amping up to meet it. Draw another card knowing that the next message will be amplified by this energy. 682, bravery. You are supported to be you. Your angels reveal their affirmation that it takes courage to live life differently. They fill you with their support to live life bravely as you authentically are. Make a mental list today of the places that you have feared being yourself. Think of a small way to confront one of those fears now. And then 611, communicate. Speak your heart. Say what you need to say. Your angels are encouraging you to communicate your wants, needs, and thoughts to people around you. Think of a change that can make a relationship in your life stronger. Tell that person you love about it in a way that they can hear. I can see that. Page of Swords. I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. You know what? I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. I can see you texting. I could see that as tarot's advice. Texting it and fucking, I don't even care what his response is. Fuck it, I'm gonna block you after that. Okay. Anyway. Hold on, Taylor. Hold on, boo. No. You're like a tinkle. Yo, Chelsea, if you got another question though, go ahead and send it to me since you, yeah, if y'all or Claire, anybody, if y'all got a question, send it to me. I don't know if Claire's even in here. Hold on. Of course, my fucking phone's dying. Hold on. Oh, thank you. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, there we go. Oh, my fucking back. Oh. Oh my god, I didn't know I had my timer on. I don't think there's anybody in on my TikTok. I may close the TikTok, you guys. I don't know what. Here we go. Hold on. Chelsea, hold on. TikTok, I don't know when I'm going to be on here. I know I'll for sure be on here on Friday, but I don't know what days this week. I'm going to end the TikTok so I can let my phone charge. There ain't nobody in here. Whatever. I love you. Bye. Okay. Hold on. Where are you? Here we go. Word. Hold on. We might be surprised by this one. Hold on. Let's go. I'm scared. Stop. Stop. When and maybe how? Okay. There is communication. When is this? When? I'm really curious if that's you communicating it. When is that? Could be Cancer season. I think it is Cancer. Did that come out the last time? I feel like that kind of got like. I feel like maybe Gemini did. This is Cancer season. Am I picking up on this right? Is this her like texting him or communicating with him and then like not? I guess is what I want to ask. Okay, it might take some liquid courage, but okay. I don't think you're gonna do it immediately. This is you. This is your energy. This is you. I think. So it's 5 of Pentacles in the reverse, a Knight of Swords, 2 of Cups, 3 of Swords, 9 of Cups, Devil, Queen of Cups, 3 of Cups, 7 of Cups. This is where, and then Knight of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, which is why I'm like, yeah, this isn't going to be like Taurus season. This could be, you might wait a minute. You do. You wait a minute. When is that? It's Gemini season that you communicate with him. Or that you send something. Like you, whatever. I don't know how the communication is, but it is Knight of Swords, right? But you hold off on it because that's like Knight of Pentacles, Temperance on bottom of the deck is where like you hold back on it, right? And we love a Knight of Pentacles. I don't think it's the first time that I've seen that for you, but like Capricorn energy, I think you're Capricorn, and like that's why I'm like, oh fuck, this is her energy. But Knight of Pentacles is very like methodical. We know that, very well thought out, right? This is someone who thinks of, they are 10 steps ahead of everybody. They think of every possible outcome, whatever. And so this is where you're like very methodically thinking about this, but then 5 of Pentacles in the reverse, 3 of Swords coming out underneath it. This is where someone comes out of like their hiding, right? Like someone comes out of like not saying anything, not doing anything, right? The 3 of Swords is too much for them. That 3 of Swords is where it's like, I can't take this anymore. My thoughts are like eating me alive. I'm not living like this anymore. Knight of Swords, Nine of Cups coming out. This is where someone's like there, and I will say that because that is Queen of Cups too, where it's like my emotional state. I'm not like over here over emotional. You know what I mean? Like being all fucking sensitive, communicating to him. Like I'm not over here like begging or you know what I mean? It's not where like my emotions are out of whack. They're not. I'm stable. I'm like my emotions are in check, right? But I'm vulnerable with it. But Knight of Swords, I'm also honest with it and I'm pretty fucking ruthless with it. Two of Cups and the Devil card coming out. This could be where like you say something to the effect, because it is very honest and very like direct communication. It's very assertive. The Two of Cups could also be where like you're pointing out like mutual respect is a huge thing with the Two of Cups, right? Like where I'm not getting what I give, right? Like that would be like you don't show me the same fucking respect that I show you. I told you I was gonna call you and I fucking did. I told you I was gonna text you. Well, I did. You know what I mean? You don't. Anyway, it's where like you point out like the devil in that Two of Cups. Like you point out the toxicity in that. Um yeah, this might be where you are under some liquid courage. You know what I mean? I could see that. It could also be where like Three of Cups is that you are this is not a bad thing. This could be where like you do get like friends input on it or like a community input. That is Three of Cups where it's like, well, I talked to the people that I'm close to about this. Seven of Cups because I needed to get through the emotional confusion exactly what the fuck I wanted to say. I do think this is like where I think you say something to him and then you're just like hands off, fuck it. You know what I mean? I said what I needed to say. I think this is like during Gemini season, but communication is Cancer. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Uh I really wonder if you point out his materialism. You know what I mean? That could be Devil too. That's a huge thing with Devil. Oh my god. That's a huge thing with Devil. Devil's super materialistic. Yes. Yes. Stop. I'm sick. Stop. Oh, whatever. I can't. Stop. Hold on, y'all. Ah, bitch. I think. Hold on, boo boos. God damn. All right, boos. Okay. Well, y'all, I'm out this bitch. Yeah, just keep an eye on my stories. I don't know when I'll be on. I gotta clean up this shit. Okay. And I gotta pee. All right. I think that's it. All right. I love you guys. I'm out this bitch.